Raider! Oakland, LA, Oakland, Vegas, Raider Nation, wherever, forever! You got your old Uncle Mosh and Raiders Fan Radio from Murph's Fan Cave, taking a lighter journey into the dark side. Sit back, put your feet up, pop a top, and enjoy the ride. Here we go!
Look left, look right, Koleknikov, a leaping pass, touchdown!
We miss you, we love you, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players, you have a great organization, and you tell them one thing, just win, baby.
Way up the middle, intercepted Filipiano at the 50, time running down, Oakland football, and I think Oakland victory.
The Oakland Raiders have scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play. Well, I love this team. I think this team can win. I think this team can win.
What is up, Raider Nation? Your buddy Murph back once again for what we hope to be a fantastic episode of Raiders Fan Radio, episode number 141, back here in Murph's Fan Cave. And amidst our proposal of a 24-letter alphabet, because we want to remove the first two of them, this should be a very interesting, a very interesting show. And so, of course, I can't do it alone. And the disembodied laugh that you hear, of course, comes from the Western Annex of the Murph's Fan Cave desk. And welcome into the show, the one and only Uncle Mike.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm wearing my hat. Oh, why do I have my hat back?
You got your hat back. You weren't wearing your hat last time.
I was wearing my hat in support. I wasn't wearing my hat in support.
You weren't wearing your hat in support.
But now I'm wearing my hat because I don't support the Pats.
Oh, not a Pats fan.
And
don't get it twisted there, media members. It's not former Raider. It's former Steeler, current Patriot. He was never a Raider. All right, so
thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All right, so we got a rarity here in the Fan Cave, and we are also thankful, Mosh, to welcome to the Southern Annex of the Western Annex of the Murph's Fan Cave desk, our buddy Swag Jeff. What's up, Swaggo?
Yeah,
What's up?
Maybe we need to call you Southwest Swaggo.
Nice.
Like it, Southwest Swag.
There you go.
What's going on, buddy? How are you tonight?
I'm good. I'm all right.
I just want to say I'm so proud of you for being here, because somebody said, just when Johnny goes, oh, Swag Jeff hadn't gone back to the Titans yet. No, Johnny. No, Johnny.
Never.
No, he's all in. He's all in on the Raiders, and you know what? And we're gonna take our what am I trying to say here? We're gonna Jeff and I, when last time we did an episode of RFR here in the Fan Cave,
yes,
it was just a smidge of a love fest.
Well, yeah,
I'm just saying, it was
a little bit.
It was just a little bit of us talking favorable about one guy that we shall not speak of, because he's on that list, because he's up there with 89 and 52 and
he's jumped way ahead of him.
He might stand alone at the top.
Is he up there higher than Wilson's partner, that guy that?
Oh, by far. If Wilson's partner called, he'd be on the air.
We'd put him on the air. That's right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Absolutely.
He'd never make another movie, but we'd put him on the air.
So Swag Jeff is here to hear it from you guys.
Yes.
And to hear it from us. And listen, and me too. I'm guilty of it too. But it was impossible for us, Jeff, to have foreseen the level of craziness, the unprecedented level of craziness that was unleashed on the Raider Nation over a 72-hour window.
Yes, it was unbelievable, and we'll get into it.
We'll get into it plenty.
We'll get into it. It's fine.
All right, Jeff, talking to your mic there, buddy. All right, sorry, I'm yelling at Jeff here.
Yeah. This is live, man.
I'm
Come
sorry,
on.
I'm producing on the fly. All
Good night.
Right.
Okay.
See the meter up here? Yell at that thing. All right, so thank you for all of you that are joining us live in the chat. See a lot of people in there. Bobby Wasabi's in there. Just Win Johnny, Hardcore Raider, Joe Estrada. Who else? Pirate 1975. Let's see. There's a whole bunch. Atticus B. Rockin', Fabricator Gil, Jeff Barnett, Irrational Sports Fan, Tampa Raider. Awesome. Thank you so much for those of you that are joining us live.
Tampa Raider said, yeah, that chump couldn't be a Raider. He got cold feet.
They were ice cold. Ice cold.
Nice. Well played, sir. That's awesome. Who's that, Tampa Raider?
Tampa Raider, come on.
I like it.
Nice job.
I like it.
Nice job, Tampa Raider. All right, so thank you for joining us. If you ever want to join into the chat, you want to be part of the live feed, you can find us at youtube.com/Murph's Fan Cave. That's MURFS Fan Cave after youtube.com, and jump in there and join the community. It's a lot of fun. The chat knows more about football than we do. They're funnier than we do. They're more engaging. It's a great time in there, moderated by the one and only Ron, the Mater Raider, in there. And so appreciate his efforts and appreciate all of you that are in there and active throughout the course of the night. I have trouble keeping up with the chat, but I always go back and read it. So what's up to all of you now? Because it's tough for me to catch you as you're coming in and out, but we will always go back and catch up and appreciate the comments. And so thank you for that. All right, you can support our show here, Raiders Fan Radio, in a handful of different ways. First and foremost, you could subscribe to us like you do on the YouTubes. You can subscribe, and you can, as the kids say, hit that bell or smash that bell, they say.
Yeah. Well, what we say is
press the damn button, nerd.
That's it. That's it.
Just hit the damn button and subscribe to us, and then that way, when we go live, you'll get a notification. Isn't that right, social media director?
That is exactly right. Yes, you can find us on all social media, and
why don't you tell them? Well, you're the guy. You tell them where they can find us.
Yeah, you can find us everywhere. Facebook.com and Instagram, we're at Raiders Fan Radio. I think Facebook, we're at Raiders Fan Radio Podcast.
Yes.
But you can find us on all platforms, and it's good stuff. I love doing it, and I love hearing from you guys and all that stuff, and send me more pictures. I think I said on the last episode, we want to see you guys watching the games and doing all that stuff because we want to post that stuff.
I want to see what they're eating.
Well, yeah.
Oh man, and there's a lot of good food at the Raider tailgates. There's
I cannot wait.
You guys were talking about who was it last week? Was talking about making all the carne asada.
Alex.
Oh, Alex in Tucson.
Road trip.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I've been to Arizona in a while.
Yeah.
Okay, so also aside from that, you can support the show by. Let me go back to Uncle Mosh's camera there. Two things. Number one, buy a T-shirt. You can buy the Get Made T-shirt at RaidersFanRadio.com/T-shirt. What a concept.
Hey,
go there
go.
and buy a T-shirt, and 100% of the proceeds will go next door to the Bolitnikoff Foundation. That's right. You see number 25 there, the Bolitnikoff Foundation. 100% of the money that we get from the shirts goes to Bolitnikoff. And also, if you go to RaidersFanRadio.com/gear, which many of you have done this last week, thank you. There was some big orders in there. Like people are ordering like custom they must be custom jerseys and stuff because I see like the order totals.
Well, yeah.
Oh my gosh. People are spending hundreds of dollars, and percentage of that money gets kicked back to us, and we're putting it all in the hopper and sending it all to the Bolitnikoff Foundation in November at their annual Crab Fest, which the three of us, along with our cousin Sonny, one of the originators of this show, are all going to attend, and we're going to present them with a check. Our goal is $2,000, and boys, we're at like $1,700.
Oh, that's amazing.
We're like $1,700.
Look at that. That's
we're so
amazing.
close. So we're so close, and our inventory is getting so light on T-shirts. For those of you that have been kind of holding out, we might just do a blowout sale. I might just like cut them like 30% and let's just get them all out. Let's make the rest of our money and
do it.
And
I
just
love it.
call it a day.
Do
man.
it. Love it.
Because we're almost sold out
I think
anyway.
we still have a couple of shirts to give away, I think, too, for some contests we've been doing. I think we may have dropped the ball a hair on that, but I think we do have a couple of shirts to give out.
I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, and that leads me to something else here. And so let me say this. So speaking of that, we were going to do a nickname contest. We are doing a nickname contest technically. Yeah. We are going to give some stuff away on based on likes and comments on one of our YouTube videos. Yes, we're still going to give those shirts away. Those things kind of got lost in the shuffle because, frankly, guys, we have so much content, and those of you listening, we are so thankful for the participation in our show, from everything from the emails to the calls to the message, everything that we get, and now that we're in the season. We're feeling, I don't want to say overwhelmed. I don't want to overstate it here, but there's a lot to get to. And those things, frankly, have gotten lost, and we need to get back to that.
It's like having a 96-man roster, and you got to cut down to 53.
Thank you. Exactly what it's like.
Exactly.
So we've got to do a couple of things here on the show because despite our running for 2 hours, we have trouble getting to everything. And so going forward, when we do Sea of Fans, we're going to have to just kind of slide back a little bit. Mosh, you want to tell them what you got going on? I know I'm kind of out of order, but
No. We'll get it right now. Okay. Murph E. Fresh. They're talking about your name when we have to.
We beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, what's happening, Murph, is, and we've been talking about this. Gosh, Swaggo, Murph, we've been talking about this for about 3 or 4 months now because the popularity of the phone calls is crazy. We had to institute the whole Google Gotcha thing to keep them down to a manageable level. But this week alone, we had over 24 phone calls.
Yeah.
And we had a handful of those come in today. And we were already in show prep. And so it's tough. So what we've decided to do, because of the popularity of Sea Fans, is we're going to update our format. We're going to go once a week. We're still going to have our Sizzler. We're still going to have our Sea of Fans because we are Raiders fan radio.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
But we're going to go with a great 8 scenario.
I think that works.
That's great. So what we're going to do is all of your calls are going to be listened to. Everybody's going to get a listen to, and we're going to grab the top 8, not the first 8 or whatever, but you got to get them in before Tuesday because of our show prep, okay?
Yes.
So we're going to take the top 8, okay, the top 8. Everybody else will be listened to, and we'll touch on the subjects that you guys bring up because this is your show after all, but we're only going to be able to play because the season's going to be, and there's going to be so much to talk about. For crying out loud, we could do 2 hours on just the first half of the Bronco game.
Yeah,
you know?
Yes,
Come on.
absolutely.
And so everything's else is going to be remaining the same. Everybody's going to get an equal chance to get in, but we got to go with those. We got to go with the top
drop
8.
back a little bit,
and that just means that the Sizzler is going to be worth that much more.
Boy,
gosh.
it's a prized possession now.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And so keep them coming, guys. So don't be discouraged. Don't not call. And we're not going to feature the same cast of characters that you're used to hearing. And you know what I mean? Like we're not playing favorites, any of that. Just call in and just look at the best way to get your show or to get your call played. Be concise, get to it quick, be engaging, and then get out. Like that's the best way. And frankly, if everyone did that, we could play a lot more than 8 calls.
Sure.
It's just that, but look, and I'm not going to discourage you from ranting. Lord knows I do plenty of that myself. So I don't want to take away your ability to do that. Just try to keep it as quick as you can, and then we'll be able to.
Will you stifle yourself?
All right, that's all right. I will take that as my cue to move on. Then
Got to help you, bro. Got to help you.
There we go.
Yep.
Swaggo. It is episode number 141 of Raiders Fan Radio. Tell the nation what 141 has relevance to.
Yes, 141. As you guys know, I've kind of taken it upon myself to find the significance of every episode number to a specific player, event, anything like that. And today we are going with Raider great Charlie Smith.
Charlie Smith.
Charlie
Come on,
Smith.
old school, man.
If you don't know Charlie Smith, he caught the game-winning touchdown in the Heidi game.
Word.
The Heidi game. Yes,
Nice.
sir. Yeah. So he one of his first catches, because he was a rookie that year, he caught the game-winning touchdown in the Heidi game. Well, in his career for the Raiders, he had 141 career receptions.
Nicely done.
There you go.
Good
Done.
job, Swaggo.
Nice job,
man.
Nice job. All right.
Southwest Swaggo. Hits
Yeah,
one
Hey.
I like that
apart.
one, Mosh. That's a good one.
Nice.
See, that's organic. That's the best
Yeah.
kind of. So
Well,
swag, so swag came from Raider Homer.
Yes.
And then now you got Swaggo came from you, and now Southwest Swaggo. I
Yep.
like it.
Yep.
I like which came from the Southern Annex or the Western Annex. I'm
Yes.
proud of that one. I thought that was fun. I hope other people think that's funny because I think that's hilarious. Like an annex to an annex.
Yeah,
Isn't that funny?
I love it. Hang on a second,
Okay.
Murph.
All right.
This is what the chat thinks
I was
about
lobbying for. Okay. See, this is what happens when you self-gloss.
Riveting radio.
This is what happens when you lobby for praise. Then,
Right.
You know, we are not fishers of praise, and so when we do so, we let each other know it's not appropriate. All right. What is appropriate? How's that for segues? We call it in the biz. Is
that. Hey, the biz.
we give respect around here. So we don't do shout outs, we don't do props, nothing wrong with those things, but we like to give some respect. All right. So We got 3 folks to give respect to tonight. First off, I would like to give respect to our new friend, Nico. Nico is in Switzerland, and I got this letter in the mail. Here, let me hide his address. Let me show you. So this came from the Swiss Post. For those of you on the YouTube, you can see that. So I get this in the mail, and it's
Wow.
from the Swiss Post, and I'm like, well, that's interesting. Well, I open it up, and it's got this in it. And I'm going to hold this up to the camera.
Oh.
Raider Nation Switzerland, and it's got this cool
Sweet.
skull and swords and like a flower thing on the forehead there. But what a gnarly logo! So
Nice.
thank you to Nico for sending these patches from Raider Nation Switzerland. And Mosh, there's 2 of them. So you know what that means
Oh, for the international hat.
for the international hat. So joining Silver and Black UK will be Raider Nation Switzerland. So there's 1. So there we go. So Uncle Mosh gets 1. And then Swag Jeff, you know what that means?
I get swag?
Means
Swaggo.
that there's 1 for me too. Isn't that cool?
Oh,
So I'm really thankful that. No, I'm just kidding.
He started taking his stuff up. I thought it was Barney Fife quitting again.
yeah, seriously.
I got 1 bullet.
Seriously. Dude, I've been in a terrible mood since Saturday, and you're going to jip me like that? Oh, my gosh.
Of course, I'm going to give you the patch. You know, I'll give you the patch.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you to our buddy Nico. We appreciate you.
Right on. Thank you, Nico.
All right, Uncle
Yes.
Mosh, you got 1, don't you? Or no, Swaggo.
Yeah,
Swaggo,
yeah,
you-
I've got
both
1.
you guys got
I
1.
got
do,
1.
we
Go
do.
ahead.
Throw it out
You,
there.
you go first, Swaggo.
Okay, well, so we're going to give respect to JT the Brick.
Nice. Love JT.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So he he had an awesome tweet.
All right.
So just listen to this. Shocking that some of the Bay Area media that constantly ripped the Raiders and John Gruden weren't at the game or inside the locker room last night for the game. Interesting. So it said, what was it? Traffic? Bart not running? Wife doesn't let you leave the house on a weeknight? Typical frauds that watch TV and bitch for a living.
Ooh.
Nice.
Wow.
Come on,
I dig it.
JT.
Yes.
Hey,
let's
so
go.
so
on, JT.
JT was strong, Swaggo,
Oh,
strong.
it's so strong.
But I'll see your JT and raise you 1 Jerry McDonald tweet.
The goat.
Oh, yes.
Jerry's
beat
the goat.
for sure.
So Jerry says completely chicken of execs from other teams to anonymously trash Raiders for dumping the name that shall not be said. Easy to say from afar. Suspend him and endure 4 weeks worth of social media BS and attacking own teammates. They blew it. They admitted it. They lost 2 draft picks. The end.
Nice, Jerry.
Come
Nice,
on,
Jerry.
Jerry.
Let's go.
You know what? This is what, and we talk a lot about the media, and this is not me getting back on my soapbox by any means, but I just want to address this. What I like about Jerry and the way that he framed that tweet, he doesn't apologize for the Raiders. He's not being a fan. He's being clearly objective
Yep.
that, look, they made a mistake, but they addressed it and they moved on from it. So all of the rest of you, leave him alone. Like
I
what's
love
left
Jerry
to be-
McDonald. I
He's
love
the
him.
best. What's left to be critical of the Raiders at this point? They handled it perfectly considering the circumstances. Like, I just thought that was awesome.
Hey, so you know what?
Yeah.
All right, boys and girls, pay attention. You got your old Uncle Mosh here with an update. That's right. I got some stuff for you. Take out a piece of paper, a pencil, a pen. Heck, use your pocket knife and carve the info into your dashboard as you're driving down the highway. First off, you need to like us on our fan page on Facebook. That's right. Go to Facebook at Raiders Fan Radio Podcast. Don't forget about the Twitter. You know your old Uncle Mosh, he twits now. That's right. Go to at Raiders Fan Radio. Also, don't forget the Instagram at Raiders Fan Radio. Or what about our website? That's right, RaidersFanRadio.com. Heck, if you want to, you can even email us show at RaidersFanRadio.com or call us on the Raiders Fan Radio hotline, 909-345-3346. That's 909-345-3346. Don't forget Merv's Fan Cave on the YouTube, where you can get all the show links like the Fan Club Blitz with Splatterhead and Fitz. Find all our stuff on podcast providers like Stitcher, iTunes, and Google Play. All right, did I hit the time limit? good. Man, I am so fired up. Not only did we get stuff from across the pond, but we also got a thing from our buddies in London about the blackout party.
Yeah, Keith Smith, so Crusader Raider, who you see all over the place at not only at games in Oakland, but obviously the games that take place in London every year, and he kind of captains the Silver and Black UK over there.
And so they got 4 things going, and this is such a good time for anybody that shows up. I don't know if you were you on board last year, Swaggo, when we talked about this. They got a blackout party that they do. It's at a sports bar, and it's an old grill. They do that on Friday. Then on prior to that, on the Thursday, they do a ghost walk. They got so much stuff. There's so much to do in London.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And then they have a sightseeing bus tour. I mean, it's not just the Raider game. There's so much stuff to do, and they put it all together so you can enjoy the stuff in London with Raider fans. And then the day of the game, they've got a game day brunch. I mean, they're at silverandblackuk.com, and you can get any of those. You can hook up. You can, if you're going over there. King Louis went over there last time, didn't he?
Yeah, sure did.
Yeah, a local guy here. Then we've all gone and supported his business. Love his food.
Oh, man, yeah.
And they go and they have so much fun over there, man. They are got it going on. It's like a 4-day fest. Starts on Thursday, ends on Sunday with the game, and there's something for everybody, families, everybody, all the time. Don't forget, silverandblackuk.com.
Good stuff, Mosh.
Yes.
Appreciate you doing that.
Hey, Raider Nation. I just want to say hello. This is Pastor Mondo of NationMinistry.net. You're listening to Raider Fan Radio with Uncle Mosh and my brother, Murph. Just win, baby.
All right, Raider Nation, a little bit of somber news to cover here. We, this is kind of wanted to do it even separate from our respect. We often include the members of Raider Nation that have passed in the respect segment. We wanted to give this man his due, kind of outside of that. And anyways, I'm speaking of Narian Ball. I'm sure many of you are aware of his passing, taken way too soon. 27 years old, had a rare blood vessel disorder in his brain, and anyways was put in a medically induced coma last year, and sadly we lost him on September 9th. So we just want to say our prayers and condolences to his family. And there's been a lot of behavior showcased this week that is not reflective of the Raiders or Raider Nation, but this guy was one that he kind of epitomized what it was to be a Raider, and truly once a Raider, always a Raider, and in terms of Narian Ball. So much love to you and the family, and we're thinking of you.
Nobody enjoyed a good Donnybrook more than 6th-year linebacker Phil Villapiano.
Linebacker, number 41, Phil Villapiano.
This is Phil Villapiano, and you're listening to Raiders Fan Radio.
Murph,
Yes, sir.
tell me about MyBookie.com.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, it's our new favorite thing. I love this more than Candy Crush.
Oh, nice.
So, Swaggo, if you found $100 on the street, would you pick it up or would you keep walking?
Oh, I'd pick it up, man.
Of course you would. You'd take the money. So why do you keep picking winners, but you're not betting on them?
I know, right?
Uncle Mosh, that's why I go to MyBookie. And listen, I wouldn't just tell you this unless I was a user of MyBookie.
Hello, we don't endorse things we don't use.
And I won, I'll just tell you, I won $185
Yes!
this weekend on MyBookie.
Yes!
I bet the Raiders, I bet the under, I bet Josh Jacobs scoring touchdowns, which is because they have prop bets. It was awesome. So that's why I go to MyBookie. It's fast, it's easy, they pay you when you win, and let's face it, it's where your betting is just as important as who you're betting on. I wouldn't be telling you guys this if it wasn't that they were the best, and they truly are. It was really easy to use. It's real easy to log in and to get access to your account and to find the different bets. So do the smart thing. If you're going to bet football, bet with my bookie. You can also bet the games after kickoff. If by the second half you think your bet's going to lose, you can always just take the other side. As I mentioned, there's many prop bets, and if you're the kind of a guy or gal that likes to bet a little and win a lot, you could try a parlay where you can definitely you can pick multiple types of bets. And if your picks come through, you multiply your winnings, and no matter how much you bet or how you bet, the NFL season is the best time of year to participate. So join now, and MyBookie will double your first deposit. So you make a deposit, they double the amount up to $1,000. To activate that, this is what you got to do. This is the big takeaway. You got to use the promo code. The promo code is CAVE, C-A-V-E, and it activates the offer. That's promo code CAVE, C-A-V-E. Visit mybookie.ag today. You play, you win, you get paid.
Yes.
This is Kevin, the Raider Nerd, live at the Oakland Raiders tailgate. Raiders! We got Gorilla. Say hi to Uncle Mosh and Murph.
I love you guys. Much love from the black hole, baby. Just win.
So, Murph.
Yes, sir.
That
was very apropos, by the way.
Thank you.
Because the black hole was fully on display during the Broncos game.
Think?
That was amazing.
I got a problem I need to talk to you about.
Uh-oh.
My buddy over here to my right.
Who, Swaggo?
Yeah, he's moping.
Southwest Swag?
Southwest Swag is moping. He's giving it the mope.
Let's see, I'm going to switch the camera over to him.
It looks like the time that we went to the casino and Swag didn't do so good. And he moped for the next 3 days.
Well, yeah.
Swag, what's somebody spill something on your jersey?
What's going on, buddy? Talk to me.
Do we just need to talk about the elephant in the room?
Is that what it is?
There's an elephant in the room right now.
Okay.
And I think it's on his chest.
It used to be. It used to be.
So we're just going to talk about the two letters of the alphabet that we're lobbying to get removed.
There's words like abacus that we don't say anymore. We call it a calculator.
There you go.
Yeah, because we've rejected the A and the B.
We don't do it.
So it'd be Erder Nitchen.
Yeah. All right, Swag.
Anyways, go ahead, Swaggo. What do you got?
I'm gonna lift. I've got to say those two letters just a couple times.
All right, go ahead. You're good, man. Go ahead.
So on my debut of Raiders Fan Radio, well, I guess not my actual debut, but
on staff, your debut.
The day I became on staff and the day I became a Raider fan.
Yes.
I told you all my favorite Raiders player was Antonio Brown.
Yeah, that's good. And you had a connection to his dad.
I did. I watched Antonio Brown's father play as a child in Albany, New York for the Albany Firebirds. And so I've always kind of felt a connection to the guy. And I've been his number one fan since the day he came to Oakland, and I've defended him and loved him and watched some of the shenanigans that he has pulled throughout this entire offseason, and I've justified it. And in the last show, some of the things that he did, and as far as posting the stuff on social media and getting in arguments with folks, I justified it. Let's just quit talking about this in week one when he blah, 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 blah.
You rhapsodized about Antonio Brown.
I did. And I've been doing that all off season. And I've been his number one fan. But you know what? My feelings are so hurt.
And your wallet.
And my wallet. Being Swag Jeff, I've spent hundreds of dollars on this fool.
The first thing you ever bought.
The first thing I bought was an Antonio Brown shirt. I bought a hat. I went to the freaking store, and I put AB on the side of my hat.
Oh.
For him to do this? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You are a disgrace. I am ashamed to have ever wore an 8-4 on my chest. And
You know what's the worst part of this is? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
You're a 31-year-old man, and I respect your fandom a ton. And
yes.
So do a lot of people listening. What if you're a 12-year-old kid? What if you're one of those kids that were sitting in the stands crying because he came over to hug you,
yes.
signed your football?
Yes.
How does that kid feel today?
Absolutely. You know what? And and this kid, I'm a father. I'm a father of two beautiful children.
Yeah, they are.
And
they look like your wife.
Well, they're so lucky.
Yeah. Thank goodness, right? Thank goodness.
Except for the one little girl's got his beard.
Right. But to pull the shenanigans that he pulled and to act like a child the way that he did after the Raiders organization did nothing but support this guy and love this guy, and for him to post on social media him cheering and ranting and raving and jumping in a pool because the Raiders released him, you know what? Screw you, man. And how can you act the way that you act when you have children that are watching you? It's ridiculous.
Dude.
Are you serious? How can
Amen, Jeff?
You are not a man. Anything? Are you serious? It's insane.
I love what Mojo Raider says. He says my 13-year-old has an 84 jersey, and he's pissed.
Well, yeah.
And so then Mojo says, I bought him a Freddie B on Friday.
Nice.
Yeah,
Mojo.
you did.
Mojo. That's what you do.
Yeah, you did. And thankfully, right before he was released on Saturday, I saw the post on Instagram, and I returned my Antonio Brown. So I got full face value on it because now on NFLShop.com they're on sale for like $20 or something.
Of course, yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So I did get my full face value back on that. But the T-shirt and the hat and all that stuff, it's ruined now, and it's gonna get burned in a trash can somewhere.
Will we have a video of that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I got it.
For sure, yeah. So yeah, but you know what, man? I can't fully put it into words, man. It's
can you even express how much you're feeling right now?
I mean, the emotional roller coaster that I've been on over the last 3 or 4 days has been crazy. I was hurt. I was mad. I was sad. And then watching Monday Night Football, I was happy because you know what? We don't need this fool. We don't need this joker. Are you serious? We're just fine. We practiced all off season without the fool, and we're gonna thrive without this guy. And I can't put it into words. I can't put it into words the way I feel. And you know what? I feel like I might need to put it into a song.
Oh, well, we've had quite a few people explore their musical language here on Raiders Fan Radio lately. Jeff, are you gonna join?
Yeah,
I know, and you got pipes.
I appreciate you saying that.
You do. You got pipes, and
he's sang in front of tens and tens of people in the northeastern corner of western Middle Tennessee at times.
It was more than tens and tens of people. We've actually done a few shows together.
Yeah, you sure have.
That's how I joined this family. That's right.
You were one of my actors, and I recognize that talent. You've done amazing stuff on stage, and we've had a lot. We've been on stage together in a musical.
Yes.
The first time I think was Fiddler on the Roof.
Fiddler on the Roof.
And we had a blast. And but your best is when you do tributes. You're amazing.
Yes.
You're amazing. When I retired a long time ago, and I have come back, but you sang a tribute to me, and it touched my heart. So I know that your tribute tonight wants to touch other people in other places, but we're not going to get into that.
Considering the latest allegations, that probably wasn't the best.
That probably wasn't the best wording.
We're not going to talk about touching.
Anyway. So
here we go, bro.
So as Uncle Mosh said, I had a great time doing theaters or doing shows with him when I was in high school. We ended up doing shows together when I was in college, and when he retired, I love parody writing songs. I love doing that, and so I wrote a song for him when he retired, and of course he came out of retirement. But one of my favorite songs that I like to do is Elton John, Your Song. So we've done a little we've written a little song. And I want to sing it to you, Antonio Brown.
Do it.
And this is called AB's song. It's a little bit funny, this AB story. If you don't know it, just listen to me. We promised you money, and you said Super Bowl. You could have celebrated in the black hole. You could have been a Raider, but I guess you said no. I guess that by saying you wanted to be a Raider and making us put up with all of your crap was just a big show. I know it's not much, but it's the best swag can do. On behalf of Raider Nation, ABFU. And you can tell everybody that now you're a Pat. But to the world, you just look like a big ol' ass hat. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind. Without 8-4, we'll shine.
Oh.
Your business may be booming, but we hit you with more fines. You have frozen feet and a crybaby face, and your actions have proved that you're a disgrace, and you've been unkind to Mayock and Swag. It's people like you that make Murph and Mosh gag. So excuse me for getting something I didn't get. Did you ever pick a freaking helmet?
You cracked yourself up.
And I left something out. Hold on.
I wrote derailed him.
Yeah.
Derailed him.
I got derailed.
Okay,
I got derailed here.
All right,
I
go
got
ahead.
derailed.
All right, back in it. All right,
Yeah. So anyway, the point is, what's the point of this song? On behalf of Raider Nation, AB, so long.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey. Attaboy, Swaggo. Oh, my gosh. I'm dying over here.
I think my glass is fogged up.
Well, yeah.
I'll go to the wash cam.
Well, yeah.
Oh, man, that was funny,
Oh,
dude.
you're killing me, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
Great job,
Yeah.
Swaggo.
It's funny stuff, but screw you guys.
All right, so I loved your line. I'm going to do these a bit out of order here, guys, because I thought it was so funny.
That's okay.
I loved your line about ABFU, and so it just reminds me of after we scored our first touchdown on Monday night.
Oh.
Daniel Carlson boots it through, and if you can't make out the chant, let's just say it's derogatory in the direction of AB.
Let's just say it's derogatory.
Murph, Mojo said, please cut this out and post it separately so we can share the hell out of it.
Absolutely.
We might need to post it to iTunes.
Well, you know what we'll do is we can't do music, unfortunately, on the show because we'll
Yes.
get yelled at. But I can record it separately. We'll put music behind it and we'll put it out there.
Okay.
We'll put it out on our. I can link it to
Deal.
to our social stuff. At least I can link an audio
Deal.
file. That'd be
Roach says, rap.
Shout
would-
him out, Mosh.
Just Roach is on there, and Jeff Bennett, Hardcore Raider, Joseph Duran, Mojo, Irish Raider, Swaggy Swag Swaggish. All these guys are on there, and they're all cracking up, and they're saying, greatest song of the year. But Roach says the only thing that would have been better is if it would have been rap. And, of course, we know that Swaggo isn't our rapper. We have our rapper.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
We're going to have to, you and I are going to have to get to work on his rap. We're going to have to write
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Oh, you know what? I would love to tap into the RFR Collective for my my lyrics, or you know what? What do the kids call it?
I don't know.
Swaggo? Like what do you call lyrics? Like rap lyrics? Like, is there a cool, fun name for it instead
I
of just
don't
calling
think
lyrics?
so.
Like you got your beat, right?
Oh, no. They call it lyrics.
Rhymes. Well, they're rhymes.
You got rhymes.
You got
rhymes.
I need to get mad rhymes. Okay, so for those of you that don't listen to the show Mondays with Mikey and Murph, a lot of them have lobbied for me to rap on that show, and I agreed to only rap on that show if we beat the Chiefs. Well, this is our first chance to do it this year, and so I will gladly do it, although I will not be able to perform nearly as well as Jeff just did. That was awesome. That was very funny, by the way. Great job, Swaggo.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
yeah, challenge accepted. that I will be.
Mojo says he says because me and Jeff are your writers, he calls us Murphy Murph and the Donut Bunch.
Oh my God.
I take that.
That's awesome.
That's
awesome.
amazing.
That's
Who
awesome.
said that,
I love
Mojo?
it.
Yeah, Mojo said that.
Look at making my glasses fog up, Mojo. That's fun. I'll take that. Murphy Murph and the Donut.
And the Donut
Well,
Bunch.
yeah.
Hey, that means we get to do backup.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
What's the, what? Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah,
We can do that.
You guys can be my hype men.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
And we'll be eating donuts in the background. We'll be Krispy Kreming it, man.
Oh, yeah. So this might turn into more than just me doing a little goofy thing on the beginning of Mondays with Mikey Murph. We might have to do like a music video or something. We'll make it
There
fun.
you go.
Nice.
So, but it's all predicated on us beating the damn Chiefs, so let's beat the Chiefs. But let's get back into the subject at hand. We beat the Broncos. We beat the Broncos.
We did.
Didn't need that chump on our football team. Our team balled out. I want to give you guys a couple of just an overall thoughts on it, and then I want to hear from each one of you. Number one for me was defense. The defense looked amazing. The defense looked unlike any Raider defense we've seen in many, many years, not only in terms of impact, but absolute intention when they arrived at the football, the way that they swarmed, the speed. Oh my gosh, we hadn't seen speed on defense like that in forever. Just the way these guys were flying around to the football. Vontaze Burfict, Jonathan Abram. We're going to get to the sadness of that here in a second, but just the defense to me is what absolutely stood out, along with the poise of Derek Carr, the execution of this offense. Rich Gannon levels, go figure. Who's been telling you that?
Yeah.
I'm not here to seek praise. I'm just saying that, look, anybody that bashed Derek Carr, anybody that bashed John Gruden, hit him Archie Bunker, Uncle Mosh, because I'm telling you,
Will you stifle yourself?
all of you, stop it. Next time you want to criticize these guys, stifle yourself.
Yes.
It's obnoxious.
Yes.
Because when you got to consider the big picture and not get caught up in the emotion of the moment. They looked fantastic. The offense was beautiful. The defense was beautiful.
Yes.
I'm going to shut up because otherwise I'll talk all night long. Swaggo, what do you got?
Yeah. So what stood out to me was our offensive line. Was really what stood out to me.
Good shout out, dude.
Yeah, because we could talk. Because Carr was nearly perfect all night long. It was
touched.
a handful of incompletions, but the guy didn't get touched. He was sacked I think more than almost any quarterback last year.
Like 52 times, I think, last year?
Yeah, and was sacked 0 times, and we're running on a half backup crew. We had the third guard in there, and, guys like Gabe Jackson and Richie Incognito were both out. So you look at these guys, we've got depth at the offensive line, but kudos to them, and they were able to open up holes for our boy Josh Jacobs that had a pair of scores and over 100 yards rushing. So Josh Jacobs, this game, he's actually in... He's on the short list of great Raider performances on Monday Night Football.
Oh,
yeah.
Tell us about that.
So with 2 touchdowns and at least 100 yards from scrimmage on Monday Night Football, he joins Bo Jackson, Marcus Allen ×3, and Clarence Davis as the only players on Monday Night Football to ever have 2 rushing touchdowns and 100 scrimmage yards.
That's kind of good company.
Yeah,
well,
you think?
yeah.
The 2 greatest running backs in the history of the Raiders organization. Sands, I know you like Van Egan, and there's others.
Sure.
I'm not, no disrespect to Pete Banaszak.
No, none taken.
But it's Bo and Marcus. Marcus,
Yes.
Super Bowl MVP. Bo,
Yes.
who knows what he would have been if he hadn't gotten hurt. So absolutely, that's amazing company. And then Clarence Davis, of course, great company to be in, and that's an awesome shout out. And good job on noting the offensive line too, there, Swaggo. What do you got there, Mark?
I loved. I had to go back to when the 3 of us were texting. Life got in the way. We couldn't get out. We couldn't get together. But we might as well have been on a.
It was late for us.
It was
too.
late, yeah. And we were doing a group chat. And we were cracking up. I remember at one point I texted, I think it was 2 drinks into it, I texted Waller the Baller.
There you go.
Waller
Great one,
was
Mosh. Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
What a game. And then a couple drinks later, Swaggo and I started
For a guy that doesn't drink, you
for
drink.
a guy that don't drink. Yeah, we were having some fun. Okay. Truth be known, it was a couple sandwiches later. But anyway, Anyway, we're making fun of
vodka sandwiches.
We're making fun of Flacco. It was like straining antifreeze through bread or something. But anyway,
vodka sandwiches.
Pineapple vodka. I'm telling you, you take pineapple vodka, you throw a couple drops of that Mio, that orange Mio in it. It tastes. It's like eating like one of those vanilla cream orange sickles.
Oh,
nice.
Good,
God, that's why I liked it. I thought I was eating ice cream. Yeah. But I was getting stupid. I'm looking at my texts, and all I said to Swag was, Joe Flunko, Joe Funko, Joe Falo. I hate this guy. and then he texts back, Joe Fargo, Joe Fungo.
Did he jump Joe Flacco?
Yeah, and then he goes, I gotta go to bed.
Oh my gosh, we're
so
dying.
good.
Joe Flacco? Yeah.
Joe Flacco? Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Too funny, but great
So
shout out,
good.
Uncle Mosh, on Darren Waller.
Yes.
What an amazing performance.
Waller
there.
the baller, man.
Waller the baller. Mostradamus strikes again. Let's go pregame, man. Let's get with Derek Carr in the huddle.
Let's go. Bring it up. Let's go. Bring it in. Hey, this is my family right here. I'm going to take care of you. You take care of me. You feel me? Take care of this place. Do whatever it takes to win. Whatever it takes. You feel me? Everything you got. Let's go. Let's go. Win on three. 1, 2, 3.
You know, I love the fact that in two plays we get named our guys, our drafts, right? In successive plays, succession of plays, we hear about
F to the E to the R to the R to the E to the L to the L.
And then
it ain't furl.
And then the very next play, Abram makes his big play.
Yes.
So talk about our draft picks. Say something bad about our draft picks.
All three of those guys.
All three of those guys balled
big.
out.
Absolutely. And so speaking of those guys, right on the field post game. So we're going to hear from Josh Jacobs. We're going to hear from Mad Max, and Jonathan Abram and more right on the field after the big win.
Man, shout out to Raider Nation, man. Came out here and got a dub in the game winning opener. Say cheese. Hey, we in here. Let's go.
Hey, 1-0, baby. Raider Nation. What's up?
What's up, Raider Nation? Tyrell Williams got a big W today, man. We're excited. We can't wait to keep going, man. Raider Nation.
Hey, man, shout out Raider Nation, man. We came out here and we did what we were supposed to do, man. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all, man.
Nation, I'm glad y'all came and showed y'all ass tonight. We love y'all support. We love y'all. We got the W that was for y'all, and we're going to keep it going, baby. We see y'all Sunday.
Oh, shit. Hey, first win. Just win, baby. It's the first one. We got to keep going, and we got to just grind every week and get a win every week. That's it. Hey, go, baby. Raider Nation.
All right, so at the end there was Jonathan Abram. And did he sound hurt to you?
He didn't sound hurt to me. What a stud.
He played.
What a stud.
On the one, you mentioned the play, Mosh.
Yeah.
I forget who the guy was that he knocked out of bounds.
The guy had 1 foot in, and Abrams thinking because we've always said this is a cerebral player.
Absolutely.
And he knocked him out. His other foot was clearly out of bounds. It wasn't even a question. And saved like a 30-yard gain.
And the force of that impact pops his shoulder out of socket. He pops it back in and plays 77 more snaps on a shoulder that had been dislocated.
And nobody knew.
I mean,
talk about a stud.
Yes.
Joseph Duran says Abram has a heart of a warrior, no doubt. Amen, Joseph.
Absolutely. Now,
Amen.
I will say this. I want to be careful I say this because I don't want to be critical of him by any means. But if you guys remember, do you remember the safety for the Colts? It was Bob Sanders. You remember him? Okay. Hard-hitting guy. Hit so hard that he hurt himself a lot. And Bob Sanders' career was essentially cut a little short because of the impact he was constantly making, was tearing his body up. I'm not foreseeing anything. I'm not floating it out there to put negativity out there, but it really sucks. It was startling that Abram got hurt already. Week 1. This sucks because he is a freaking baller, right?
Yep.
Did you see the picture that he posted on his socials with his face mask?
No.
You didn't see it. It was all cockeyed and goofy and all that from all the hits that he took.
Really?
All the hits that he like unleashed the whole game. I mean, his face mask was like all torn up and bent up and all that stuff. He was laying the wood all night long.
Love it.
He's
Love
awesome, man. He's awesome. So quick recovery for him. I hope there's a chance. I believe it's already been announced he's out for the year.
Yes.
Hopefully there's a way.
He's having surgery like tomorrow, I think.
Hopefully there's a way for him to return. You know, Mosh, what they do with that is that my buddy Harley, who you guys know, who actually is going to be at the game with us this year, we used to go play beach football all the time. And every time we would play football, when he would because he was a great receiver. He's fast on the sand, which is hard to be. And he would always lay out and for stuff. And when he would land on this one shoulder, it would always pop out. And then he'd have to get up and he'd pop it back in. And the reason it would pop out all the time is that once you dislocate it, it stretches all the tendons and ligaments out. And if you don't go in there and get the surgery to tighten those things back up, which Harley never did, it'll just pop out all the time. So it sucks that Abram may feel fine, Harley feels fine, and it'll pop out and he'll pop it back in. It'll be fine. But then it's constantly doing that. Right. Well, you can't have that as a starting safety in the NFL. So he's got to have the surgery. So it makes sense he was able to play, but it's such a sad thing, and we obviously wish him the best and wish him a rapid recovery.
I mean, after 1 week of watching this guy, we talked all off season long about how this guy was the steal of the draft, and this guy's just going to be a stud. We all saw week 1 that this guy is for real, and he came to play, and he will lay the wood on whoever. And honestly, I think this is the start of the Raiders' version of the Legion of Boom.
I think so too.
You can talk about great secondaries and great defenses and all that stuff. This guy for a long time, and he tweeted out stuff about how much he loves Raider Nation. Man, this was great. Hey, thank you for such a unforgettable experience, first time in silver and black and all that stuff. Just it was great. And I mean, this guy he's gonna be the leader of this defense for years to come.
I agree. He's repping 24 real well. He's repping 24 real well.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's go and we're gonna go into the locker room. We're gonna hear from Coach Gruden, also Tyre Whitehead and Derek Carr in the locker room postgame.
How about a little juice, man?
Juice.
Man, that's a hell of a win for you guys, for all of us. It's a strange week, but you guys show all kind of mental toughness, and I really appreciate you. I'm really proud of you, man. How about Trent Brown and Colton Miller? How about that over the offensive line, man? Hey, 2 more shout-outs. I'd like to congratulate all the rookies that contributed to a huge win.
Everybody, let's congratulate Coach on his 100th victory, man. We want to know you rookies will learn real quick. That don't mean nothing now. We got the next game, all right? Beat KC on 3. 1, 2, 3. Beat KC.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it. Beat KC.
Beat KC.
Hey, you mentioned, or was it you? Somebody mentioned Josh Jacobs' nickname.
Oh, yeah, Juice. Yeah, Juice.
So I didn't catch that when I heard Gruden say that initially in the speech.
What's the origin? Do you know?
No idea.
But that's Josh Jacobs.
Idea.
So when he says, let's hear it for Juice, that's what he's talking about.
Yep.
Talking about Josh Jacobs. So we failed on our nickname awards or a nickname contest, but apparently the Raiders got theirs together. So
we need to send them a shirt.
Congratulations, John Gruden. You won the nickname contest. Yeah. All right. So another one of my favorite nicknames is Tyrell Williams, and we call him Tyrell Smoochie Williams. And let's hear from him post game.
I feel like the offense, we really was on point, from the first drive, and just feel like everybody just felt comfortable. We had a lot of confidence going forward, so it just felt good to be out there.
The only time I saw 58, Von Miller was walking off the field. Explain why the offensive line was so effective against that pass rush tonight.
Such a great player like that, you got the game plan is really to take care of him and make sure he doesn't get any pass rush, So we focus a lot on just neutralizing him. He's such an amazing player, so just trying to neutralize him. And the tackles did amazing. We have 2 of the best tackles in the league, and they did a great job tonight.
And they gave you time for that long completion.
For sure. For sure. Yeah. It's just something we saw. Given a chance. They didn't have any coverage besides the corner, and we knew we could beat him. So. Just take that shot, take that chance, and great protection as always.
Do you feel like you had a chemistry going tonight with Derek? I mean, you seem be able to catch a big pass when you needed to.
Yeah, definitely. We've been working together in the offseason a lot. We got a lot of training camp and OTAs, everything. So I know he has a lot of confidence in me. I have a lot of confidence in him, and we just have fun playing together.
I know it's only one game, but how good does it feel when you're able to win on Monday Night Football like that? The whole nation's watching you guys, and you're able to.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I mean, I got a lot of family from Oakland and live in Oakland, and have my first game be here, get a win like that on Monday Night Football. I mean, it's awesome. You know, I got a bunch of family here. I'm excited to go see them. So, you know, and just the way that everybody played, defense, offense, all the guys' individual performances, it was fun to be a part of.
It's going to be kind of a special season, you think, given this going to be maybe a little bittersweet being the last year in Oakland?
Definitely. You know, it's only one game. You know, we got a long season. You know, it's a big divisional win, but it is just one game. So we got to, you know, we want to enjoy this as long as we can for 24 hours, but then from there, we got to get on to Kansas City, another big divisional game.
All right, couple things there. He talked about their neutralizing Von Miller, which I thought was awesome. That definitely builds on Swag's point of how well the offensive line played. Mosh, I want you to touch on this. He mentions there the amount of work that he and Derek Carr put in the offseason. But I thought all they were doing was working out with Antonio Brown. But look at what happened. All of a sudden, Ty Williams showed up.
So what does that say? So maybe there was a little street ball going on out in the front of the house on the lawn.
There you go.
Might have been. This team is much deeper than one player. All right, let's go hear from. Is that right? Can you say let's go hear from?
You talking about this guy?
F to the E to the R to the R to the E to the L to the L. It ain't furl.
Man, bro, that was a special moment for me, man, because it was everything that I wanted and expected from it. You know, it was the trash talk, the grit, the fun, the fans, the good and the bad plays, man. I loved it. It couldn't have been a better debut for me. I just feel like, not far as like I feel like I had the best game, but I just feel like I got the full range experience of what it's like being a player in this league. You know what I mean? So.
The pass rusher was effective against Flacco, though. In case you get shut down the first half, a lot of pressure on him. Talk about the pass rush.
I mean, I feel like it was just us as a collective group on defense, man. You know, as a defensive line, we knew we had to create pressure. Our DBs did a great job of, you know, holding up on the back end. So did our linebackers did a great job of getting us lined up. And shout out to the coaches too, man. Coach Buck and Coach G Baby did a great job of just having that game plan dialed up, and we were able to go out there and get some success.
I love that, how he acknowledges Coach Buck in that process. Coach Buck has become one of our favorites, and he's definitely bringing the most already out of the defensive line. So let's go look. So the sack totals in this game, we got 3. We got 2 from Benson Mayoa, and then 1 right there from Cleveland Farrell. So our first round pick is already paying dividends, isn't he?
You know, I love what Ron said in the chat. He says, listen to how the rookies talk about football compared to, you know, who. That's why Mayock drafts the way he does.
Yes.
Good insight, Ron.
Absolutely.
Good insight. The guy raps and the guy thinks.
He does it all.
He's that's why
he's a Renaissance Ron.
Renaissance Ron.
Oh, Renaissance Ron the Materator. I'm telling you.
Nice.
All right, so Derek Carr had a lengthy, post game as Gruden and others did as well. But I really wanted to lock in on this. He talked about the significance of playing in Oakland. I thought, and I've always thought this, and I'm biased. Look around, but Oakland plays well at night on TV.
On Monday night, the last Monday night game. Come on,
there's something magical.
This is an iconic season, Murph. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, please,
but
take it.
But it's true. Think about it. The last Monday night game. And we as Raider fans are used to announcers. We're used to the media being biased against us. And there was a little bit of celebratory atmosphere coming out of even the booth. There was some reverence there. There was a flashback to the first Monday night game. There was stuff that you would have thought we had our people in the booth.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I loved it.
The Raiders were for a long time referred to as the kings of Monday night. We dominated on Monday Night Football, and just seeing the Coliseum and the black uniforms and everyone in the stands is wearing black, and against that dark night sky and the bright green grass and that irregular shaped Coliseum, I'm getting chills talking about it right now. It's just so good. And Mosh, you said something right there that, Jeff, I want you to build on, because I think it's a really key point in all this. Everyone literally media-wise, for the most part, was rooting for us, weren't they?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, on Good Morning Football, Kyle, what's his last name? Kyle
Brandt.
Kyle Brandt.
Yeah.
He was all in on the Raiders and talking about, after the situation with he who will not be named, he said, I hope Carr throws for 6,000 yards, and I hope that the Raiders win by 500 points and all this stuff. So, for a majority, except for those, the Raider haters or whatever, even
Stephen A. Smith had our back.
Stephen A.
Of
Smith,
all people.
Mike Green, all those. It was amazing to see people that saw objectively what was happening in the Raider organization, and to see people kind of sticking up for us a little bit and saying, this dude is wrong, and the Raiders handled it the right way. So good on you guys.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So we got a couple sound bites to play for you there. So first, we're going to listen to Derek Carr talking about the significance of playing in Oakland to start off the season.
I don't think people really know how much I love this place. When I woke up this morning, came into the stadium, and I saw that gold patch, that gold C on the Raider jersey, saw my name on it, already knew this is the last time we'll play the Broncos in the state Monday night. Like, I had a tear in my eye for the first time, during football, right? A lot of people like to say I cried last year. We won't talk about that, right? But I really did. This means so much to me. Kenny Stabler, Tim Brown, Charles Woodson, the list goes on and on. Freddie B. You talk about everybody. And to think that we get to be a part of the team that's the last team that gets to play here, that's pretty special.
Yeah, so I wanted to say, if you don't like Derek Carr, something's wrong with you, man. Something is seriously wrong with you, because, this guy just, the way he speaks and the way, you can just feel his emotions. He really does. He loves being a Raider.
Yeah.
And it's just... It's
hearing him talk about the importance of that gold C on his chest. For those of you that don't know, the captains all get a C on their chest, and for each year they're a captain, they get a star. Well, when you hit 5, you get a gold C.
Yes.
So there's only a handful of players that have the gold C, and seeing that on Derek Carr and hearing him speak reverently the way he did about Oakland, and like he just said just now, he's never cried over football until Monday night when he saw that C and he understood the importance of playing in Oakland that one last time on Monday Night Football against the Broncos. Like, you're right, Chip. Like, how do you not like that guy, Mosh?
So is the gold C an NFL thing?
Yeah.
Or is that's an NFL? That's not just a Raider thing.
No. That's an NFL
thing. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's
amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah. So like Drew Brees has one. And
right. Okay.
That's very select guys have been captains of their
team.
Who had
a heck of a game, by the way.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing too. Yeah. The precursor to our Monday Nighter. All right. So you mentioned Kyle Brandt, Jeff. Great segue. And we like Kyle. He's the funniest guy on Good Morning Football. And that's a great show.
Yeah.
And he's absolutely hilarious. If you haven't seen his New York Stock Exchange thing, he's done that was the best. But it was not Raider related, so we didn't play it. But anyways, this is, and he talks about this kind of everybody having the Raiders back and about how we kind of deserve to win this game.
This was all about the Raiders. This, to me, we talked about this before the show. This was a statement game. It was a statement to Antonio Brown. It was 2 words, 7 letters, and a bunch of exclamation points afterwards. Guys, they've been in playoff games. The Raiders have won Super Bowls. This was about their dignity as a franchise. This was about their pride of their fan base. Let's not forget, Mayock, Gruden, Carr, Davis supported him from start to finish, bent over backwards, compromised maybe their even integrity to support him. And then the guy makes a video of him getting released and celebrating like a child in his backyard and publishes it for the world to see. He tried to deep-pants the Raiders organization. I've never been so proud of them. I've never been so proud of Derek Carr, of Tyrell Williams. And the fans had a chant last night that you could hear over the broadcast. I'm a father now. I'm supposed to discourage that thing. I was doing it in my living room with them.
I love that guy.
Isn't he the best?
Love that guy.
He's the best. Come on, Kyle.
Oh, man. I love what Ron says about, he goes, AB is the DB Cooper. He attempts to take your money, falls, and he's never heard from again.
Well, odds are we may never hear from him again, thankfully. All right,
right?
so one last, actually got 2 more audio clips to get to close out the Bronco game. So someone we mentioned, or featured actually, not too long ago, was Adam Shine. Do you remember this, Mosh?
I do.
He's on CBS Sports Network, hosts a show on there, and like his closeout, his what was Jerry Springer's thing at the end of Jerry's show? He'd have his moment.
He'd always go out there and he'd have his little moment.
His little moment or whatever.
The former mayor of Cleveland.
Yeah. Cincinnati.
Does it matter?
I don't know why I felt the need to bring
Ohio, right?
Yeah. Sorry, my bad. What was I at? Oh, yeah, so there was like that moment, like Jerry's moment. So Adam's got his time to shine, which is really cool. And he talked about the Raiders and the significance of this game.
You don't need Antonio Brown to win a football game. Come on, man, you with me? Oh, how about it? What a great night for the Raiders. So great for my guy, Derek Carr. I was so happy for Raider Nation, the players, and especially Derek Carr. With all the nonsense going on for months with Antonio Brown, specifically last week, this was just awesome to see. And how about Carr? Wow. Opening drive touchdown. Set the tone and the tempo for the entire ball game last night. Carr was perfect. 22 or 26. 259 passing yards. Absolutely, positively flawless. How about the Raiders' offensive line? Are you kidding me? Carr referenced it. Maligned a year ago. They didn't allow a sack last night. Didn't allow a sack. Going against Von Miller and Bradley Chubb and Vic Fangio's defense. That's incredible. That's the impact of signing Trent Brown. How about Josh Jacobs with a couple of touchdowns? You know that I love this pick in round number 1. And I love the signing of Tyrell Williams at wide receiver. And you see the Nuggets of domination on the screen right there. He was great last night. Mike Mayock's fingerprints all over this. The guys he signed, the guys he drafted. Cleveland Farrell had a quarterback sack. Jonathan Abram was all over the field. We're talking about the 3 first-rounders from Mike Mayock's first draft who have future Pro Bowler written all over it. I was so happy for Mayock, everything he went through last week. He's fantastic at his job. I was happy for John Gruden. I really was. And he was pumped after the game, running around the black hole, slapping 5 with Raider Nation. It was tremendous. The scene was great. Awesome. Absolutely, positively awesome. The Raiders hit the right notes after the game. They don't miss Antonio Brown. They literally never had him. He never played for him.
Amen.
They only saw Antonio clown in the preseason. What he did to get out of Oakland was disgraceful and sickening. Of course, with Brown, not clown, the team would in fact be better. Specifically, my guy Derek Carr, which is why last night was awesome. Now, I'm not going to sit here and go nuts and say the Raiders are going to shock the world. But last night was telling. There's something to be said for character, for leadership, for my guy, Derek Carr.
There we go. Nice job, Adam Shine.
Yes.
Appreciate the endorsement and the recognition. All right, we got one more to get to real quick. Then we got to jump into Sea of Fans. So let's hear from Gary and Conley. Conley suffered a pretty scary little injury there.
Yeah.
With his neck being compressed. Speaking of Jonathan Abram, coming in and his legs swinging around, compressing Conley's neck. But thankfully, he's going to be okay.
Yo, what's up, everybody? I just want to say thank you to all the people that had me in their thoughts and prayers, man. Really appreciate that. I had x-rays and everything on my neck. Everything came out good. So I'll be ready to play next week, man. I'm good. Thank you.
Excellent. Great
there
news.
We go. Yeah.
Best news we could have had.
Absolutely, because we're going to need him. You know, as we mentioned earlier, Abram is out for the season.
Yes.
Do you guys think we're going to bring in anyone to replace him, or are we just going to rely on the depth chart that we've already got? Guys, with the Swaggo, what do you got?
I mean, there's some attractive free agents that you know that they could go after, especially now that they have some extra money. You know, they could
we got plenty of money.
Go out and grab somebody. Mosh, who you think?
Well, Charles Woodson.
Yes.
He's fresh.
He looks so
He's
good.
well
Remember him? Or
rested.
was that episode 3?
Yeah,
God, he looks stoked,
yeah, he looks
man.
good. Yeah,
he can look like he could suit up.
He looks.
yeah.
I know where he can get some shoulder pads.
What about Eric Berry? How old is Eric Berry?
We were trying to look that up before when we were doing prep.
I mean,
what did we decide? Early 30s?
Early 30s. I mean,
he's your age, right?
Yeah, just a hair
Yeah,
older
they
than
got
me.
to be able to game. So Eric Berry's out there, but probably I think my leader in the clubhouse is George Iloka. That's a guy that played for the Bengals for a long time. He's played in Gunther's system. I think if there's a free agent or someone to go out and to be acquired, that would certainly be it. But we'll see. I mean, we look pretty good in terms of depth. It's also a nice opportunity for maybe our buddy Donald Levitt to step up and
there you go.
play a little bit.
Diablo77 says Gruden said he's not going after anyone yet. I didn't hear that clip, but I'm not doubting Diablo77, but that could be true.
Absolutely.
That could be true.
We'll trust it. I mean, I don't know. I don't have any reason to not believe the guy. So,
Yep.
I mean, I didn't see it yet, but yeah. And, we got depth at safety.
We
for
do.
the first time in a while. And look, I'm not glossing the idea that we've lost Abram for the season. That sucks. I mean, that's not going to be easy for us to overcome, especially when we got to go play the Chiefs.
Right.
But we got one guy less to cover, but they got one guy less to play with Tyreek Hill being out. So
yes,
thankfully that will hopefully balance out as long as we get Conley back. All right. So speaking of Tyreek Hill being out and the Chiefs game, we don't have enough time to get into a 3 reasons or a full breakdown of the Chiefs, but
don't even start.
Based on the groan that's going on over here at the Western Annex of the Murph's Fan Cave desk, I'm going to guess that Uncle Mosh, who's sometimes been called
the Raider hater,
not because he hates the Raiders, because he's a Raider and he hates. And Uncle Mosh, you hate something this week.
I hate the Chiefs.
You hate the damn Chiefs.
I hate him. I hate him. You don't even understand, Swaggo, how much I hate him. Here's my question. Why?
Why do you hate the Chiefs?
Why is it okay to trash the Queefs? Nay, to have unbridled hatred for the Chiefs. Is it because their quarterback remains the only player who's an active member of an NFL team that, when speaking, conjures up images of Kermit the Frog? Is it because when he and the other KC Queefs wear their uniforms, they remind us of ketchup and mustard on a hot dog, a.k.a. wiener? Okay, look. It's bad enough somebody would actually ruin, defile, a perfectly good sausage made with leftover pork parts, bovine byproducts, and mystery meat with a dose of ketchup. When all good and true Americans know if you are older than 7 years old, the only acceptable semi-liquid condiment allowed on a hot dog is mustard. Speaking of mustard, mustard-colored uniforms are no excuse to cheer for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I hate them, and they're incorrigible fans as well. And because we brought up patriotism and all things truly American, let's not go down that rabbit hole about my hatred and disdain for America's team, the Cowgirls. The Raiders may not be America's national team, but they are the one and only nation. And our team is not restricted by national boundaries or simple little titles and labels. We are a worldwide phenomenon, a movement, if you will, a collection of passionate obsessives and loyal followers. Oh. We are Raider Nation.
Yes! Knock on wood if you're with them.
But I digress. Back to my original point. Okay. You see, it's very simple.
All right.
I hate the Chiefs. And hate is a strong word. And as I unconditionally support my team in silver and black, nay, love my team, and I am watching a game against any other team, I hate the other team. Seriously, how hard is that? Why must you hate them, you ask? Well, let me explain it to you. Love and hate are as strong of emotions as you can get. And when I remember flash back to the golden days of my fandom and the beginning of my budding affair with the Raiders, if you will, as I began to love and support my team and take football seriously, it was crystal clear to me that when some upstart other team who is hell-bent on my demise shows up to piss on my parade, well, I ain't having it. As my fandom grew and my silver and black loyalty grew, my only recourse was for pure and unadulterated hatred in its finest form. Please don't be confused. I'm not your basic burgeoning curmudgeon who hates everything. In fact, yes, I love my fellow man. I love my Lord and Savior. I love my country. I love my Raiders. I love Swag Jeff. And I love most of my family. But for 4 hours, usually twice a year, I shelve my faith full of forgiveness. I choose to forget the oath I took when I joined the service at 18, and I declare those in ketchup and mustard uniforms and their fans, especially their fans, are my sworn enemies. So there you have it. That is my anti-Chiefs testimony, my rant, or my confession, if you will. It's the reason, it's my very own personal reason that I believe 100% in my heart it's okay, nay, mandatory. It is a complete must, without reservation or equivocation, for me to trash talk and completely, wholeheartedly, and with everything I have and every ounce of strength I could muster, to declare boldly, with my silver and black clad head held high, I hate the Chiefs.
Yes! Let's go! Let's go,
Knock on wood if you're with me.
Nice!
Hit the button.
Hit that button.
Hit the button. There it is.
There he is, fading, looking. He's under the gun. He's fired, he throws. It is!
Oh my gosh. Listen, no offense to any of you that have called the show this week, but it's all downhill from here.
Yeah, right? Right?
Oh my gosh, Mosh. I don't know if my eyes are wet from sweating or crying. I think it might be a combination of both. That was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. Well,
come on, Vic Rames, top that one. Remember last year when he stole my rant?
Yes, I do. Yeah, that was awesome. Oh my gosh.
Irish Raider caught it on the fan cam. I was waiting for a high five for like 5 minutes.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
No,
right here.
no,
there you go.
It's okay.
Oh, you go. Do it again.
One more.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, my brother. I gave you a shout out. I told you I loved you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and you love most of the family. So
most of them.
So the rest of us are trying to do the math. We're going, all right,
which one? You know, my mom.
Yeah, please
my
tell
mom
that, yeah.
used to say, my mom had 4 kids. And she used to say, I gave birth to 3 jackasses and an idiot. And then she died and never told us who was who.
Oh my gosh. All right, so we got a lot of emails to get to tonight, and we have no show time, but I guess we're just going to run way over. What the heck? You guys are awesome. We got so much correspondence this week, and that's why we kind of landed on the idea that we're going to have to narrow them down, unfortunately. But please keep them coming. The emails, show@RaidersFanRadio.com, and also the phone calls, 909 345-3346. That's the Raiders Fan Radio Hotline. We got a lot of emails to get to tonight. Mosh, you want to kick us off with you need give Mosh a breather here. Let's give him Swaggo. Yeah. Why don't you kick us off? Let's give Mosh a chance to decompress.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
What do you got, Swaggo?
Okay. All right. First off, Murph and Uncle Mosh, Swag Jeff, and Raider Nation. Watching RFR number 140, and I couldn't help but notice that Swaggo was wearing a number 2 jersey. I couldn't believe he would rock a Russell jersey and was hoping it was an Araguz, Brooks, Pryor, or Tavecchio, but I got a shot from behind and was relieved when I saw it was a Charles Woodson jersey from Michigan. Since he couldn't pronounce Alzado, I'm glad to see he wasn't off the mark with the old number 2. Raider Nation forever. Frank from NorCal.
All right, thank you, Frank. Appreciate you.
Yeah, and thanks for bringing that up again, man. The Alzado.
Well, at least you pronounced it right this time.
Well,
so
I've been practicing. I have to say it 20 times every night before I go to bed.
All right, my turn.
You got one, Uncle Mosh?
I do.
I love how the chat says that you're better. You're equal with Morgan Freeman. I love that.
Nice.
Yeah, that was good.
Thank you. So it says, "Hey guys, I hope you're all recovering well from Antonio Clown Horror Show. I've had a few false starts trying to tie this due to the idiot's antics over the last week. Suffice to say, I will not say I told you so or after my last email, but let's just be glad he's no longer our problem. He deserves no further attention except to say, Mr. Clown, wouldn't want to be ya, A-B, see ya."
Oh, nice.
Oh, nicely done.
On to more important matters. We just won, baby. One epic fail to stay up till he said I epic failed to stay up till 3:20 this morning to watch the game live.
Oh my gosh. And we thought we had a bad
I know, right? But the replay is a thing of beauty and erased all that crap and had and bad feelings that built up for us. Doesn't get much better than whipping the donkeys at home. Guys, let's take a lot from the game. Jacobs is a force, fast and tough, and I must admit brought memories of Marcus, number 32, flooding back with the second touchdown, launching over the top.
Yes.
Williams was superb as expected. Great skills and speed, too. We actually have a pass rush. I loved seeing Flacco pounded to the turf 3 times. But my biggest plus point was the performance of the O-line. They were immense, with no sacks given up to that so-called vaunted defense coached by Vic Fangio. And all that with a patchwork lineup missing both starting guards. Much respect to Miller, Harrison, and the real Brown. Superb stuff. This is only our first game, and there's a lot of football to be played, but we should all be feeling really positive going into a tough matchup against the Condiments next Sunday. We are bruised but unbroken. After the circus left town for the Cowpats, but whoa, be tied any team that underestimates our will to win. Raider Nation, the future is bright. The future is bright. The future is silver and black. From Scotland's David Love, it or like it, Raider Nation for life. P.S. Does this finally secure my status as a made man? I know some people too, Mosh.
Oh, nice.
Hey, nicely done, David. Appreciate you calling the show. That is Scotland's David Love because he represents, although we have a lot of Scottish listeners, but
yes,
we
do.
We call him Scotland's David Love because we did an interview with him on the show, so he represents the entirety of the country of Scotland, so you speak on their behalf, and he knows people, so at the risk of an international incident, we will go ahead and award you made man status, although we typically don't award it upon request, but congratulations, David Love. Now, we've got some others to award tonight, so we'll play the music here as a collective. We've got a couple more made men to add to the crew, so congratulations to you, and we'll get to the others later. Swag, you got an email for us.
I do, and we're going to keep it in Scotland.
There you go.
We're going to keep it in Scotland and talk to our first made woman, Haley from Scotland.
Oh, nice.
Hey guys, hope you're well. Wow, what a past few days we've had. An absolute roller coaster, and I, for one, hate roller coasters. I was all in on AB, trying so hard not to get caught up in all the media drama. I was on holiday in Tenerife.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
When the suspension drama started, never have I been on my phone so much on holiday, but I was constantly refreshing Twitter and Facebook trying to get some news. Sitting in an airport waiting to come home, and boom, it's confirmed that he's playing week 1. Absolutely delighted. Only for it to come crashing down today. Yes, I was all in, but now I'm glad he's gone. We have cut ties with him. It's becoming toxic. We don't need that a few days before the opening game of the season, and by doing it now, it costs us. It does not cost us the millions it could have had further down the line. It was the right decision in the end, and we move on. We practiced and practiced more times than we should have had without AB, so I still have faith that we're ready for the Donkeys on Monday. Hopefully, when the show airs, we are 1-0, and we are. I'm looking forward to seeing what Hunter Renfrow can do, and hopefully we will see the 2016 Derek Carr. However, I'm disappointed that we didn't hold on to Keelan Doss. But it's football. Who knows what can happen in the future or in the next hour, as this week has shown. So here's to another season, Raider Nation. Just win, baby. P.S. Do you have any shirts left in medium? Haley in Scotland.
All right. Good job, Haley. Our first made woman recognized.
Let's keep it across the pond, Murph.
All right. And wait. Yes, we do have shirts in medium.
We do.
Yes, we do.
All right. All right, go ahead, Mosh.
Hey, Murph, Uncle Mosh, Swag Jeff, and Raider Nation.
Hey.
What a week it's been. I think the nation summed it up the best. While we were dominating the Broncos on Monday night with AB. Seriously, I was always skeptical when we got him, but was hoping for the best. But now I'd rather go 0-16 than have him anywhere near our team. Actually, we can't go 0-16.
Not anymore.
We've already beat the Donkeys.
Well, yeah.
But now I don't have to because we're 1-0. What a great game for everyone. Abram was brutal. Carr was accurate. O-line was solid. Jacobs is already Offensive Rookie of the Year, and the receivers did just fine with the clown. Hopefully, the defense can iron out some things, but if we keep playing like that, then I'd be more than happy to get up at 3 a.m. and watch the Raiders every week. On to a tough game next week, but things are looking good, and we're finally getting the respect we deserve. From Joe in Preston, UK.
Nice.
What do you got for me, Swag?
Yeah. So we're gonna keep moving right along, and we're gonna keep it over the pond. We're
Nice.
gonna keep.
Boy, we heard from everybody
Oh my
in the
gosh!
UK.
Yes, we heard from everybody, and we're gonna hear from 24 Carat Kev SBUK. We're gonna hear from him. Well. Where should I start? How about with last night's game? What a great performance from the Oakland Raiders. All of them, the players, the coaches, the fans, the Raiderettes, the ball boys and girls, the folks selling T-shirts, the folks selling natural herbs. And
partaking in those herbs.
Well, yeah. Every man and his dog were up for the fight on Monday night. So satisfying to see the team under Gruden begin to look like something that will develop into something really special. Some special shout-outs to give. Colt Miller and the real player named Brown on the team.
There we go.
Yeah, Von Who, Bradley Who.
Yeah.
Denzel Hard as Hell Good, and Levy Gutsis Who. Wolf Who?
Yeah. Nice.
Our leader, our captain, Derek Carr, what a tremendous performance in the face of a top D. He didn't look worried at all, which says he's all about our O-line. Get ready now. Special mention to Coach Tom Cable and the best center in the league. That's how you handle a top D.
Yeah.
That's right. Some other shout-outs. Tyrell Run Like Hell Williams. Darren the Baller Waller. Josh Jacobs. The whole offense was an A+. On the defense, Vontez make you pay for it perfect.
Nice.
Carl the Hitman Joseph.
Nice.
Jonathan Abram. And on that note, Conley was balling out until Abram's butt damn near decapitated him. Cleveland Furl and Josh Morrow. Who?
F to the E to the R to the R to the E to the L to the L. It ain't furl.
That's right. On to something else real quick. Why is it that when all the talking heads are discussing AB and the Cheatriots, they keep on about how, the Patriots won't tolerate this or tolerate that. They've got a way. They've got high standards, blah, blah, blah. And not one of them gives us credit for handling it the way we did. I'd say we've shown that we've now got a way, or culture if you like, and we won't tolerate it. And we've just got some high standards. It's all about how the Cheatriots will hold them accountable. What the F did we just do? Saying we don't need platitudes from the media. We just need real Raiders, and he
I'm going to have to look that up later, by the way. Platitudes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And we only need real Raiders, and he ain't one, so see ya. One final thing, as 50+ thousand wise men and women said last night, FAB, FAB, FAB. Have a great show, fellas. Shout out to all the RFR listeners, the Made Men, the Capo, the Made Queen. Shout out to SBUK, and a big shout out to every single Raiders fan on planet Earth. Today was a great day.
Nicely done.
Nice. Good job. Way to go. He nailed it. Ron goes, if we only had one beep per phrase, would we beep the F or would we beep the AB?
Oh,
nice.
Nicely done, Ron. Oh, I love that. I love that.
Oh,
So,
man.
So the platitudes, is that a Bible? Is that the book in the Bible?
No.
Is that right after the Beatitudes? Is the platitudes?
I don't think so.
No?
Capo says it's an angry platypus.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You got platitude?
Yeah. That makes up for Murph just alienating 3/4 of our listeners. Thank you.
No, that's what the platypus.
Good evening, fellas. Hope you are well. Firstly, on a sad note, commiserations to the family and friends of Neron Ball, a young man taken away too soon. A real tragedy at such a young age. On to happier things. What a performance and a win that was. Pretty much everything we wanted turned out right on the night. There was a number of individuals who could have picked up the MVP with DC, Tyrell Williams, and Darren Waller really standing out. But Josh Jacobs got it for me for a real powerhouse performance. The balance on either side of the ball was evident, and DC looked comfortable and in total control. Clock management was solid, ball control was 100%, and we executed the basics first, then let our superiority take over. A great start. Proud of the coaches, the rookies, the veterans, and Raider Nation. Inside the Coliseum, oh my gosh, it sounded awesome all night. Then to round off the night, as the clock was running down, the camera picked up on a miserable-looking Mr. Ed John Elway.
Ah, nice.
I would ask him, John, why the long face, I thought. I would say genetics, but anyway. But then I realized it's not nice to mock the afflicted.
Oh,
nice.
He's much nicer than me.
Yeah.
We've earned the right to enjoy it for a couple of days. We made a big statement, but then we have to focus on making a bigger statement when Kermit and the Jim Henson Workshop turn up in Oaktown on Sunday. Finally, a few quick points. I'm claiming Jonathan Abram as a local hero as he played for Mississippi State. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Keelan
yeah.
Doss is back, which is great news. We can harness his potential now and make him into a superstar.
We didn't even talk about that yet.
Nope.
Sheesh.
No, my gosh, there's so
Nostradamus
much.
strikes again.
Thank you. I did call that.
Yeah, you did.
Beast Mode, you should look that up on that text I sent you in the date. Beast Mode was announced that he's co-owning an arena football team in Oakland from next year. It would have been cool in silver and black, but the logos and colors look nice. Go Panthers. And a shout out to Haley from Scotland and Lino Montana, Full Metal Mexican. We had a great Twitter chat before and after the game. Thanks to you both. Thanks as ever for your work, fellas. Love you, Raider Nation. His Lordship, Paul Egerton, Shropshire, Mississippi, Pauly Award winner 2019, Sizzler scorekeeper, proud made man, and one-time winner of the Raiders Fan Radio Sizzler Award.
Nice job, Paul. Appreciate it. Always the anchor of the emailers is Paul in Shropshire, Mississippi, because he is west of Birmingham. Appreciate you, Paul. And hold on. So
we're laughing at the
you're
same
laughing,
thing.
hold on. So, but I want you to shout him out. So tell us what's going on in the chat, but shout him out too, Jeff.
So we've got everybody in here. We've got DB Halo, Crossbones, Aaron the Q Dog Raider, Irish Raider, Sugar Shane, and and Ron said that Elway went home after the game and drowned his sorrows in a bowl of sugar cubes and apples. Yeah, he really is. He's the only owner that I've ever seen in a league that's turning into their logo.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how people start to look like their pets? He's looking like his team.
I know, right?
Yeah. And then he used to have that giraffe neck quarterback up there. It was like they got a zoo going on in Denver. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, man. Great job on the emails this week, y'all. That was awesome. So speaking of all that, I actually traded messages with Keith Smith, Crusader Raider, and I think he's going to join us for an RFR conversation.
Nice.
So Silver and Black UK and all those folks represent, man. We'd love to hear from you and appreciate the emails this week. That was awesome. Okay, well, in the chat also, Crossbones, Mosh,
okay,
said your rant needs to be labeled the Autumn Storm.
Oh,
thank
solid.
you, Crossbones.
Very solid,
Thank
man.
you.
Very solid.
I like that, and I'll just tell you guys right now, I'm gonna clip that out, and we're gonna post that separately.
100%.
That was amazing, Mosh. In fact,
So good.
That'll be perfect for you to post on like Instagram stories
Heck
or something
yeah.
like that. That'll be amazing, Mosh. You knocked that one out of the park.
Thank you.
All right, so Mosh, you got our voicemails. We always start off with a call from the capo. Every made man, the made man of the made men is Aaron the Q-Dog Raider. We call him the capo. He's the kind of the leader of the crew there. But in addition to calling this week, he also emailed us.
So Capo has become a friend of the show early on, but he's also a personal friend of ours.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And we think the world of him, and we know that he's got a tough job, and he works really hard, and he's a great provider, and he's just a solid guy. He's an absolute solid guy. He sent us an email, and he doesn't normally send emails. As a matter of fact, he starts it with, normally I don't email the show. I'm actually on assignment at Fort Chaffee, Arizona. Or is it Arkansas?
Arkansas.
I apologize for that. And being here on September 11th is even more impactful, engaged with active military personnel and reservists. Let's give respect for the souls lost. Secondly, a huge RFR salute. Secondly, a huge RFR salute to our first responders and all servicemen and women on this infamous date. May we never forget the horrific attacks we endured or the ever so fleeting unity it inspired amongst us, citizens of this great country. Thank you, respectfully, Aaron. I couldn't be more proud of you, Aaron. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I really, really appreciate that. I'm saving that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job, Aaron. We appreciate you. And like Mosh says, man, he's the made man. There's a reason he's the made man of the made men. He's the reason
100%.
or the made people anyways. I mean, you know what I mean? He is the captain, and we appreciate him and certainly the reverence towards that subject. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into some of the voicemails. And speaking of Aaron, as we said, we always kick it off with him, and let's hear from him.
Greetings. It's your capo, Aaron, the Q-Dog Raider, coming to you from a state called Arkansas. But Mosh, Murph, Sonny, Little Murph, Swag Jeff, Big Raider Trucker, Mojo, salute, Nation. I'm on assignment, and while I'm on assignment, I had the opportunity to watch Game 1 of the Payback Tour come to amazing fruition. Yes, indeed. We got 1 W under our belt. We got 16 to go, but you know what? We're putting things on people's mind that, cast aspersions on our glorious nation. I listen to all this chatter talking about all the up-and-coming quarterbacks and the changing of the guard and everything like that, but somehow number 4 fails to get mentioned. And speaking of mentions, I think Jerry Rice, the rented Raider from long ago, put it best when he said, we all got played. AB contacted me. He told me that he wanted to play ball in the Bay Area. Now, this was an interview with 95.7 The Game. And he went on to say that I bought into it because I can only take a man at his word, but I think this was already planned. Yeah, I think the conspiracy was in motion. I don't think it was a long play, but I do think it was a short play in order to get him over to the Pats. But you know what? We're going to move forward. I'm into acronyms, so I'm going to give you something to think about. F. Now follow along. F is for the fake love that he showed the nation. U, unprofessionalism. C, just childish. From start to finish, just childish. K is the 11th letter in the alphabet, and I can't really think of much for K other than, the media keeping on hating on the glorious nation. And A, for effeminate tendencies. B, the bigoted dropping of a racial slur on Mike Mayock, unexcusable. All right, shout out to all the made men. That's all I got to say for this week. Rue.
Oh, my gosh. I love it. We're into acronyms too, Aaron, and well played. Well played. All right, he's the best. So we got a lot of voicemails to get to tonight. We're going to run over our 2-hour mark, but we're gonna get to these as quick as we can here. And first off, we're going to hear from our buddy RBK Raider.
Murph, Uncle Moss, Q-Dog, Swag Jeff, Little Plastic Buff Murph, This is RBK Raider, man. Just got finished listening to your last episode, and a bunch of stuff popped up since you guys recorded last night about AB. I know you guys already know. I've seen your posts on Facebook, so you'll probably touch on this before you even play to see a fan. But man, this ain't looking good, AB. Like, what are you doing, son? Like, now they're talking about suspension, and they don't have to give up that $30 million guaranteed. AB needs to straight out come up with an apology, personally and publicly, and get back to playing some damn football. Is it going to go down as one of our best signings to never even take a snap? Like, when I can get off to catch the Packers, beat the heck out of the name that shall not be said on this show. But, hey, man, I know you guys are going to be chiming in on it. Hopefully I get played on the air, and I will be officially a made man, and I can order my T-shirt and wear it with pride. So all you RFR fans out there, all you Pillager podcast fans out there,
come on.
And I know all of us listen to both podcasts religiously. Much love. Raiders till we die. RBK Raider out.
Nice job, RBK Raider. Hey, look, if we're being held in the same accord as the Pillaging Podcast, we'll consider that a compliment. Those guys are great guys, and look forward to catching up with them in Oakland. We consider them peers of ours, and like I said, they're good dudes. And so, man, so great job, RBK Raider. So yeah, you become a made man. We're gonna hold off on your music because we got one more. So we got 3 people tonight to award made man status. So we've got RBK Raider, and then oh gosh, I already forgot who's our emailer.
Oh,
see how bad I am at forgetting this stuff.
Yeah. And I know that Coach Davis is one of them, but he's a caller.
But that's coming up.
Oh yeah, that's coming up.
Yeah, you sold the lead a little bit on that one.
Oh, my bad.
That's all right. Who's the emailer?
You've got an email.
You read it. I read it.
Who was it? Shame on me. See, I'm so bad at this stuff, you guys.
In Scotland, right?
Yes. Was it Kev? No, Kev's already
Kev.
made. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
It's not Paul.
He should be soon.
Gentlemen, easy.
He asked for it at the very end of his email.
It's okay. I got it. It's David Love.
David. Scotland's David Love. The guy represents the entire country of Scotland.
Yes.
And instead of risking an international incident, we decided to make him a made man. Please, somebody write that down.
It's written down. I got it.
Oh, okay.
I got you, bro.
All right.
I got you.
Sorry, I'm all flustered now.
Can you do me a favor?
Okay.
Will you stifle yourself?
So should we ever be attacked by the Scots, this will be the guy to defend us.
Murph, Mosh, Swaggy J, Capo, Made Men.
That was a long way
Mojo,
for a joke.
San Diego. Calling to talk about you know what, man. Do I even have to say it? So keep in mind, everybody, this is Friday, okay? So there's going to be some stuff coming out between now and Monday, but just got to get something off the chest here about the AB situation. Okay, here we go. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got to set this up real fast. I chose these calls because this was the 72 hours we lived out.
Right.
RBK was the front end. We live it through Mojo. We're going to live it through Jack in Pennsylvania. We're going to live it through Coach Davis. We're going through the timeline since like Thursday. So that's the reason this is all being set up the way that it is. So just to give you guys some kind of framing around it.
Right now, I say cut bait. Forget it. This guy's a Looney Tune, right? Why do you want something like that on your team? Especially if he took a swing at Mayock. A lot of young players on the team. We can't have, a superstar acting like that, setting that kind of example for the young guys. It's not conducive for a team environment. However, if Rosenhaus was able to get this guy to apologize to the team behind closed doors, apologize to Mayock in front of those guys, if he came out in the presser, owned his mistake, and apologized for it, you don't cut the best receiver in football. Now, you have to be mentally unstable to get so pissed off about a measly fine that you probably weren't even going to have to pay, and chance losing out on over $30 million. I deal with guys a lot here in the military that have, done a couple tours in the desert, and, you'd be surprised at some of the erratic behavior that somebody would display that has, PTSD or any other kind of mental condition. For me, I'm certainly not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist, anything like that. But my gut tells me this guy is disturbed. And whether or not, this came from having too much fame too early, or just kind of losing sight of what matters with the amount of money this guy's made over the last few years, it is what it is. But just wanted to throw that take at you guys. Definitely don't want to turn this into some sort of sad sack story. No player's bigger than the team. Like I said, today's Friday, and where I'm at right now, cut his ass. Just win, baby.
There you go, Mojo.
There it is, right, Jeff?
Yeah. And that call was Friday, and I think we were kind of all almost to that point then. I think on Friday.
Thursday night, we did a Mondays with Mikey and Murph off Friday because we knew we had the Monday night game coming up. Or excuse me, we did on Thursday, but and that was my take at that point. I felt tired at that point. I think, and I hear it in Mojo's voice there. We were all like, okay, enough.
Drained. We're just drained.
Thank you. Yeah. It was definitely time. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah. So Friday, so Thursday he did the whole thing that he did and got in the fight. We found out he got in the fight with Mayock and stuff. And then Friday he does his apology, whatever, and says that Gruden says he's going to play, whatever. But at that point, I was like, how is the team going to trust this guy? He just did what he did, and now he says, oh, I'm sorry. I've apologized to my team, my coaches, blah, blah, blah. But how you trust a guy like that at that point? I was in the same boat as Mojo. At that point, you're like, do you really even want this guy a part of the team anyway? Because in 2 days, he's going to cost a lot of money.
Yes.
So do we keep him around or not? So,
and it's funny you bring that up because it reminds me now, here's these allegations, and there are some pretty vile allegations that are being, levied against Antonio Brown. And Drew Rosenhaus came out today and was on SportsCenter and went, none of it's true. None of it's true. And I'm like, oh, so Drew Rosenhaus said it, so it must be true. So we're just all going to believe him and just move on about our day, right? Like, you're right. Like, how do you trust, like, considering the misinformation and all that, like, you can't trust anything that comes out of this guy's camp at all. It's absolutely awful. But, all right, so next up, again, continuing down the timeline, let's hear from Jack in Pennsylvania.
What's going on, guys? Murph, Mosh, Sonny, Swag, Jeff, how are you guys doing today? This is Jack from PA. Second-time caller, and I just needed to call real quick and get a little bit of venting out. Just saw about an hour ago that not only did we release Antonio Brown, but he also was picked up for the Patriots. Now, I'm sure you're going to be getting a ton of calls about this, but I have only a few people that I know personally that are Raiders fans, and I need to talk about it somewhere. So, to me, I feel like that, the Raiders were played this whole time. Antonio Brown knew that he was going to do this from the get-go. From once he was traded, he was only going to be able to go to a couple different teams, one of them being the Raiders. Signed up real quick, but ever since then, he's been acting a fool this whole time. With the helmet thing, and then with the finding and posting his reactions, and Mike Mayock almost getting into a fight with Antonio Brown, almost a physical altercation. And then everything is okay for a day, and here we are again on Sunday. We cut him, and then he signs with the Patriots. I mean, it's just absurd. I feel like it's all was just one big plan. So I need someone to talk me off a ledge and tell me I'm crazy, because that just seems insane to me. I can't fathom a person playing a team for so long just to get onto a championship squad. I mean, he's still making a good amount of money this year, and now we're left in dust. Frankly, I think it makes the Raiders look a little silly, and that also bothers me to a T. So let me know what you guys think about all this. I'm sure, like I said, you're going to be responding to a whole lot of people, but hope you have a good one. Bye.
Take it away, Mosh.
So I gotta I got to be the guy. Jack, I'm going to talk you off the ledge. I got to be the guy. There was no conspiracy theory. And I'll tell you why I don't think there was a conspiracy theory. Because if there was a conspiracy theory, it would have been played a little bit more down to the wire. With the way things happened and the bad blood that was left with Pittsburgh, he would have, if it had been a true conspiracy theory, he would have done his getting fired, getting quit, getting released, whatever he was trying to do in time to be eligible for the game the other night. And he didn't. How great would that...
Or the guaranteed money even,
Or
right?
the guaranteed money. So they botched it. So somebody that is conspiracy-minded might think, oh, well, Gruden and Mayock held out till after that time. But do they really even care whether he plays against Pittsburgh or not? I don't think so. I think we have to go back, and this is for you, Jack. I think you got to go back to what Mojo said. He's nuts. He's nuts. Sorry. I don't think we can think that he's got enough on the ball. He and Rosenhaus got enough on the ball to plan this whole big charade out and watch how it played, because he's not going to be a winner. In light of all the information that was on, gosh, guys, it was on our local news in Tennessee this morning.
Yeah.
At 4:30 this morning when I'm watching the news, there was a story. There was a I texted you at 4:30 this morning.
Yeah.
There was a 3.5 minute story with interviews and video in Tennessee. No, this is pure lunacy, and we have to go back to what Mojo said. This is an unstable guy, and it's sad. When it's all said and done,
it really
it's
is.
sad as hell. It's sad as hell for the victim. It's sad as hell for him. It's sad as hell for. It's a black eye to football. It's just the whole damn thing is just it's a travesty, and I'm so thankful that we didn't hang on to this fool.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I can't be any more proud of the Oakland Raiders in getting rid of this guy when they did. They should have got rid of him a long time ago, but they got rid of him in time. Thank goodness.
Absolutely, and I think it's I probably lean a little bit more towards the hybrid situation where you do have this unstable individual. Then you do have a pretty savvy guy like Drew Rosenhaus, despite him being a jerk. He's pretty savvy, and he's pretty good about setting up his players, whether it's Terrell Owens or, and now in this case, Antonio Brown, in positions to be successful despite any of this negativity and these situations that they thrust themselves into. And I'm glad you touched on this latest issue. And look, we're steering away from that one very intentionally.
Absolutely.
There's a victim still in the balance of this, or a potential victim in the balance, and we want to respect that and honor that. And while the initial response, you're as a fan that's been scorned by this guy, we all want to point fingers and go, aha. But I think really if you slow down a little bit, Raider Nation, you think about it, that there's some pretty severe and vile allegations that are at play, and this is not the forum. Raiders Fan Radio is not the court for this type of story. So thank you, Mosh, for bringing that part of it up. And again, going forward, just to know for your calls for this next week, if we start getting into look, this guy's not a Raider anymore, first and foremost. Second of all, if any of that gets brought up, we're probably not going to play it. We're just going to, not to pretend that it's not going to happen, but if you want to hear news or anything like, there's going to be plenty of things including your local darn news,
right.
where you can hear about it, and we're not going to litter our show with that information. So, all right, so let's move on. Let's hear from our buddy. Hey, one of the new favorites.
Sorry.
What?
No, I stole your thunder on that earlier.
Well,
yeah.
No, but he is.
He is one of our new favorites.
One of our new
Yes,
favorites. Let's
absolutely.
hear from Coach Davis.
What's up, Murph, Uncle Mosh, Swag Jeff, Aaron the cute dog. What's up, Raider Nation? So, I guess everybody's going to start off with their first things. Always going to talk about the first two letters of the alphabet situation. But before I get to that, all right, I jumped the gun on the made man thing a little bit, but now I'm a made man. So just to take notice.
Recognize.
Anyway, number one, once a Raider, always a Raider. But you got to play a game to be a Raider.
Yep.
So I'm not going to get too worked up over someone that was never a Raider. That's just the way it is, And I just want to commend that our GM and our head coach, Mr. Mayock and John Gruden, for having the testicular fortitude to go ahead and just deal with that situation, man. You could have suspended them a few games for conduct detrimental to the team, but why have that hanging over this season? Why have that hanging over this franchise going in the right direction? We are setting a culture there. We're setting a boundary and rules. And if you don't abide by them rules, you can kick rocks, So, see ya. It is what it is. If you want to go ahead and go over there and be part of an ending dynasty instead of being part of creating one, hey, that's on you, bro.
Nice.
We right here,
Yeah.
Raider Nation. Get ready for this dynasty. Ain't nothing changed. It's coming. It is coming. Trust me, it is coming. It's Monday morning right now, and I'm just really excited to get home with my family because in the Davis household, like for real, Raider Nation, man, we united in my family, top to bottom. Ain't no split, divided household at the Davis household. It's all Raider Nation.
Nice.
So this is the time we all get together. We're gonna watch this game as a family. We're going to cheer together. We're going to cry together. We're going to get pissed off together. But damn it, we're going to do it together. So what's up, Raider Nation out there? Don't let this get you down. Swag Jeff, just buy some other gear, man. Don't get stuck on not one player because it's about the Raider Nation, not one player. So let's get it. I'm out. Love y'all.
That's what it's all about. Oh, look, I'll put a picture. There's me and my boys right there getting together.
Yes.
And man, we had so much fun watching that game the other night. And look, it's a family affair for us every night in a fan cave when we do this show.
Absolutely.
And, that's what it's all about, man. Great job, Coach Davis. And Mosh, that's his third official call.
Yes.
And so now we have RBK Raider.
Right.
We have Coach Davis.
Right.
And we have Scotland's
own David Love.
Hey. Welcome to the family, gentlemen. You are now officially made men.
You are a made man. You showed you are part of the family by participation. By chance, a man like yourself should make enemies, then they would become my enemies. Showing you are a friend of Raiders Fan Radio, you have leapt across the line. Friendship is everything. Friendship is more than talent. It is more than the government. It's almost equal to family. Be loyal. Made man, Raider fan. Someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service for me. But until that day, accept this as a gift. And don't ever forget, words can hurt more, but silence can break hearts.
We just sent Jeff on a run to go get us something to drink. Thank you, Jeff. We appreciate. Look, you're the intern still around here, aren't you?
He'll always
Is
be.
he his probation period?
He'll always. I've known this kid for 20 years. He'll always be my intern.
There we go. Hey, so congratulations to the new made men. Welcome to the family. We will give a rundown probably in the next week or so. It's a pretty long list, so it's almost its own segment to run down all of the made people. And but man, it's been a minute since we had 3 in one night. It's been a minute since we've had any new made people.
Yeah,
I think Haley was our last. When she was a made woman, that's when Jeff was here,
right,
and put her into the crew. And so anyway, so congratulations to all of you. It's an honor to have you, and we appreciate your participation. That's what it's all about. It's all about participation here on Raiders Fan Radio. All right, next up, we're going to hear from our friend Chucktown Raider.
Hey Murph, hey Moss, Swag Jeff, and all respect to the capo. This is a Chucktown Raider calling y'all from South Carolina, and just want to say, man, I'm happy that Keelan Doss has come back. I've been saying in the chat room, man, Doss is boss. Got a lot of high hopes for that young man, and I'm sure I speak for the nation when I say we all wish this young man the best of success. And that's all I got. but thanks for doing what you do. This is the Chucktown Raider, and I'm out.
Chucktown with some congrats to everybody.
Oh my gosh, Swaggo's killing us off camera. If you hear us giggling, it's because Swaggo's killing us off camera. All right, so so Chucktown Raider refers to Keelan Doss. So you called Keelan Doss. Okay, no, look. Keelan Doss got a lot of hype on Hard Knocks. Mosh called Keelan Doss. He's Mostradamus. He calls these things. It's really uncanny how often he calls his shot on things. You called Keelan Doss in like May?
Yeah.
Or I don't know. But
seriously.
It was a long time ago that Mosh called Keelan Doss. So, yeah, we're excited, Chucktown Raider. And I'll tell you what, something that's interesting is that Keelan Doss chose to join the Jaguars because, frankly, they stink at wide receiver. And by joining their practice squad, he knew he had a better chance of getting called up quicker than what he would on the Raiders squad. But when the Raiders had an opening and they knew they needed to go get a wide receiver, they paid an unprecedented amount to go and get him off the practice. Because initially when they asked him, he was like, no, I'm good. Because he was all about being able to get that playing time. But then they made him a stupid offer. And so he's back in Oakland. And you know, he's from Alameda, as it's often been, you know, well documented. And so it's a great story. So I'm with you, Chucktown Raider. And so thankful to have Keelan Doss back on the roster. All right, let's hear from our historian. Some call him Dead Scrolls Steve, and he is Houston Raider Steve.
Houston Raider Steve. During the Broncos week, this is a famous song. We're going to go old school. This is a group called the 69 Boys. Give me that donkey butt and the big old legs. I ain't no hard to beg. Ain't no shame in this game. I'm going to break it down and beg like James. Please. Please.
Double up.
Please. Let me ride that donkey. 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 Please. 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 Everybody, ladies and gentlemen, get up on your feet and shake that jelly and start to move to this song. This is my submission for this week. Let's go out Monday night and go out and beat the Donkeys, Denver Broncos, creamsicle colored uniform, and go out and just beat their tails. We're going to pin the tail on the donkey, just like we did when we were kids. Go Raiders, we're back, baby.
Oh, my gosh, Houston Raiders.
Oh,
Steve,
he's killing me. What is he drinking?
I want my glasses fog up, man. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh, that is so funny. So, all right, that wasn't even the best thing Steve did this week.
What?
Yeah. All right. So apparently our buddy, and that was amazing, Steve. But apparently Steve went to some kind of event where there was a bunch of Raider people around.
Nice.
Yeah. So Houston Raiders Steve gets on the phone Sandy Hendricks, Ted Hendricks' sister, and asked her about the incident where Ted rode in to training camp on a horse.
Hi, Murph. This is Sandy Hendricks, now Park, and I'm Ted's sister. And I was talking to Steve, and he asked me about the story about Ted riding up on the horse when there's spring camp. You know, I was telling him the story behind it, that all the players were coming out there to form up for practice, and Ted, there used to be the young girls would ride up on their horses from there out in Sonoma and in Napa to watch the practice. And so Ted talked to one of the girls and goes, hey, can I ride your horse? And she said, sure, you know. So he picks up one of the cones that mark the grid on the field. And he says, okay, and he waited behind the grandstand. And so here comes Madden walking out, and all the players are out there, and they're all lining up, and he comes up and he goes, hey, where's Hendricks? Where's Hendricks? He's supposed to be here. And he calls, Hendricks. And so Ted comes from behind the grandstand on this horse, charging with this cone on his arm, right in front of Madden, and he couldn't ride. But anyway, yeah, Madden didn't know what to do. He was like out there going, Ted, what are you doing? What are you doing? He goes, well, I'm showing up for practice. And so anyway, that was that story. Everybody had a ball. So here's Steve again. Thank you. God bless.
Isn't that awesome?
Oh, my gosh.
So I remember that. So I'm holding up in front of the camera Kenny Stabler's book, Snake. And there it is right there on page 8. he tells this story and it tells the exact same story that Sandy just said, except for in Stabler's book, he details that he's wearing a German World War II helmet painted silver and black with the freaking pirate on the side
no
of it.
way. He planned this.
Oh, he way planned this. Yeah, it's so amazing. So thank you, Steve, for thinking enough of us to get Sandy on the phone and tell us that story. But that's not even all Steve did.
What?
Wow.
So also, Ira Matthews, former Raider, was at this event, and here's Ira.
This is Ira Matthews. I listen to the Raiders Fan Radio.
Nice.
So, yeah, so thanks, Ira Matthews, for listening to Raiders Fan Radio. And that's not all Steve did.
My name is George Wheeler. Played defensive guard for the Raiders in Super Bowl 11, and I'm a fan of Raiders Fan Radio.
No way.
Yeah, George Beeler, who also in Stabler's book was referred to as, he was a big fireworks guy, Mosh, and they used to put firecrackers on tanks because Beeler used to be like big into like model tanks and model airplanes and stuff. And they would put firecrackers on Beeler's model tanks and then drive it into Madden's office so they would explode.
Nice.
Yeah. And then another great story about in Stabler's book is about how Beeler used to take his model airplanes and he would swoop them down close to guys. And at one point, Casper picks up a big rock and like King Kong smashes the plane. so it crashes in the ground. But like, these are freaking Raider legends, man. That like Steve is like, I don't know where you were at, Steve, but thank you. Like,
That's
that
amazing.
is so freaking cool, right?
Clip those out. I want to play them.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we'll definitely. And I'll get you some cool sound effects or something. We'll put behind that. But yeah,
that's awesome.
Thank you for the story, Sandy Hendricks. That is amazing. Thank you, George Beeler. Thank you, Ira Matthews. And of course, the Dead Ski Scrolls, Steve, Houston Raiders Steve. Thank you so much, man. If that don't earn you a sizzler, then
stepping it up, bro.
leader in the clubhouse for sure. So, anyways, all right, let's go next to our buddy Alex in Tucson.
Uncle Mosh, Murph, Raider Nation. This is Alex from Tucson, Arizona. Man, morning after the game, Tuesday morning, and man, last night was a great relief for me. I'm happy that the Raiders came to play Monday Night Football against the Denver Broncos. Man, what can I say? I'm just so happy, and all I can say is, one thing that heals everything is winning. And there's a lot of Raider Nation that feel, hateful towards Antonio Brown and that whole situation in the past week. It's been crazy. But winning can make you feel better. Winning can make you forget about all those things. So everybody enjoy this win. Let's not get too high at the same time. We have the Kansas City Chiefs. It's going to be a tough game. Let's stay humble. Let's be prideful. Let's stay poised and go Raiders. Love you guys. Have a good day. Bye.
All right, there we go. Thank you, Alex in Tucson. Appreciate the call from out there in Arizona, my friend. And all right, next up, we got to get moving here. Let's get to our buddy Greg in Tennessee.
Hey, Murph, Mosh. Caller Greg from Tennessee here. Hey, I got a Raider Fan Radio Fantasy Football League update.
Oh, hey, remember
this?
Nice. Yeah, so we all you're in the league, Jeff.
Yeah.
And I'm in the league, and I'm the only true Raider fan because I'm the only one with Raiders.
All Raiders.
And you picked who?
I picked he who must not be named, and now he is a free agent.
There you go. So if you're in,
not only did the Raiders drop him, but Team Swaggy J dropped him as well.
For you, after week one, the top team scorer with 156.6 points was Knock on Wood Nerd, which is Kevin, led by Dak, Amari Cooper, Kamara, and the Minnesota defense. Swaggy J says Antonio Brown is up for trade.
There you go.
If anyone's interested. Murph, your all Raider team, Royale with Cheese, scored 77.56 points for the week, and the top player scorer of the week was Christian McCaffrey. That's Gruden's Grinders team owner Joe, with 38.9 points. Anyway, that's a quick Raider Fan Radio Fantasy League update. Over.
Thank you, Greg.
I love how he always calls himself Caller Greg.
Caller Greg in Tennessee.
Yeah, Caller Greg in Tennessee.
Yeah, because we wouldn't know who he is.
No, yeah.
No, who is that guy?
Well, the fact that he's my son-in-law has something to do with it.
But it's been a fun idea, man. It's been really fun. A lot of the made guys are in that league, and so it's been cool. So appreciate Greg you putting that together. And so AB's on the block. The All Raider team is struggling, and that was Mojo, I think, is who has Christian McCaffrey.
Yes.
So congrats to him on on that. Yes, sir.
Isn't Greg? Haven't we forgot to give him his made man status?
Oh yeah.
You know what?
Oh no.
Let's get it next week.
We'll get it next week.
Yeah,
we're
we'll
running
get it
short
next
on time. All right.
We'll
All right. Next up, we're gonna hear from our buddy Big Raider Trucker.
Hey, what's going on? The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Big Raider Trucker checking in. Getting ready to board my flight right now. Excuse me. Pretty good game. My voice is gone. Hell of a time. But you know what? The one thing I was kind of disappointed in is they didn't put enough emphasis on this being the last game against Denver. Really wish they would have done a little bit more, paid a little bit more attention to that. But hey, what can we do? My voice is gone. I can't lie. I'm hungover. Probably still drunk. All right, guys, I'm boarding the flight. All right, talk to you guys soon. Bye.
He says, I'm not gonna lie, I'm hungover, probably still drunk.
Well, yeah.
I love it. The last time we heard from Big Raider Trucker, it was like, whoa! Like he's screaming. And now he's like, oh my gosh.
I'm glad that when he said, I still might be drunk, he didn't say, I'm rolling down I-5.
Yeah. He's rolling up on a Southwest flight.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey, so speaking of that game, do we who lit the torch? Do we know?
Oh my gosh, shame on me. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it, and I've been wondering.
You know who will know? The chat room.
Who lit the torch, guys?
Ron Crossbones is in there. Dave is in there. Sugar Shane is in there. Running Bear is in there. Got to Weld is in there. Irish Raider is in there. Let us know. Coach Davis, the Big Easy. A whole bunch of people are in there. Let us know who lit the torch because, shame on me. I missed it. I kind of flipped over after the game because I was watching the Saints game.
Right.
And then I flipped over and if they even showed it because the way that the games overlapped. So I don't even know if it might not even been televised. So at least not in our. There we go.
Trucker says Kennedy.
Lincoln Kennedy. There you
Nice.
go. Thank you very much, Emiliano. Speaking of Big Raider Trucker, we hope you're feeling better.
Yeah. He was in the chat saying he was still a little hungover.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, then you had a fun time there at the Oakland Coliseum. All right. Next up, we're going to hear from our buddy Eye Patch.
Murph, Mosh, Swag Jeff, if you're still there, I don't know if this preseason scared you away back into that powder blue uniform that you used to follow. But anyway, iPatch here just calling in with a couple things. First of all, I just want to get this off my chest about AB. Thank God that is over with. To me, he's gone. Good riddance. Screw him and the balloon he flew in on. AB to me, those initials are ass boil. That's what they stand for, ass boil. Because all he was since he got here was a pain right in the ass. So good riddance. He's gone. I'll never mention him again. I'm just done with him. I thank God the organization is done with him. It was like a cancer that we cut out, and now this team is going to heal. It's going to be better. It's going to be stronger. And, victory last night was paramount, I thought, in healing this nation again, getting us all back together, because there were so many, it was dividing us, people were for him, people were against him, people were for Mayock, people were against Mayock. It's like, good riddance, goodbye, he's done. The game last night, I thought the offensive line was the star of the game. I mean, Carr didn't get touched, he didn't get sacked, didn't get hit. I would have liked to have seen a little more out of Renfro. He only had 1 or 2 catches, I think, but overall, I mean, Jacobs is a stud. Carr looked phenomenal. They just look well balanced with the run and the pass. Defensively, the defensive line stood out. They had 3 sacks. Should have been 4. One was nullified because of an Abram penalty, which I don't even know what he did. It didn't seem like he touched the guy. He got another penalty later in the game, 15-yarder for a helmet hit or something. It doesn't look that bad either. But I'll take those 15-yarders from Abram. I don't want that guy to change. If he could put the fear in God in receivers, God bless him. I'll take the 15-yard penalty once in a while.
Amen, Dave.
No problem with that at all. Vontez perfect. Man, what a guy in the middle to have. I mean, he's just directing traffic out there. He's setting everybody up perfectly. It was great. And Carl Joseph, man, that dude, let me tell you something. He really shined last night. The way he was coming in and stopping some of them runs, just stuffing anything that was coming up the middle. He played outstanding. You know, I hope Worley comes back because we saw a Trayvon Mullen welcome to the NFL with 4 years and no touchdowns in college, and boom, one game, one quarter with the in the pros, and he gave up one. It's not all his fault. He got thrown into the fire, but overall, it was a great victory for the city. It was a great victory for the nation. It was a great victory, I thought, for Gruden, for Mayock, the whole situation, man. It brought everybody back together. And, you know, we got next week, we're going to have our hands full with the Chiefs. But, you know, it was a great, great way to start.
Google Voice has
undefeated, Mosh.
Man, Patch was on a roll too. You know,
that was a great call.
It was a great call. He had some really funny things he said there. You know, I love the chat because they tell us everything. And Dave said, you know, Gruden said if you have questions about that guy, talk to his employer.
Ooh,
yeah, right.
Good line.
I think
like
that
it.
needs to be our mantra.
Yeah.
You want to from here on out. You want to talk about that guy? Go to Pat's Fan Radio.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
it probably it probably doesn't exist.
They don't have that.
Yeah. So listening to the post game, I listened to Carr's full post game and Gruden's, and they both addressed it one time. They obviously they were
What'd they
asked.
say?
They were asked at the top, and they both kind of gave their opinion, and it was real. Just it was very well, very well done.
Didn't Carr, like, on the field for the sideline reporter, like, they come out right after the game's over. Didn't he, like, jump on it right then too?
Oh, I don't know about that.
I think he did, but yeah.
Well,
But anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Good. No, it's okay. So he.
What?
So I don't know what Mosh is laughing at, but yeah. So no, he addressed it at the top because obviously the first question that everybody asked everybody was, well, what about AB? What about AB? And they both addressed it. I mean, hey, wish him, hope he finds what he's looking for. All this stuff. It was very well done. So no, it
kudos
was
to
good
them,
stuff.
man.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, they held very classy.
Yes, absolutely. But they said, hey, we're going to talk about it one time. So listen up, and now we're going to move on.
And now we're done.
Yep. Don't ask me again.
I was laughing at Running Bear says, hey, it's not Eye Patch's fault. He just couldn't see Google Voice coming up behind him with that one good eye.
That's pretty funny.
It's really funny.
It's really funny. Oh my gosh, we have laughed so much tonight, man. This has been. Look at Swaggo's broke over there.
My God,
you broke Swag. Oh my God, this has been one of the funniest shows. You guys rule, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, we got one more to get to.
I guess the one guy that didn't like us. It wasn't me this time. It must have been that San Francisco fan that was in here earlier.
Oh, somebody thumb us down?
Yeah.
Oh.
And yeah. It's usually me, but
yeah. Well, whoever gave us the thumbs down, we got one up for you. All right, so, I won't tell you which one. All right.
Next up, we're gonna hear from. We think it's Sir Raider.
What's up, boys? Long time listener, first time caller, Sir Raider.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm just so pumped, man. I've been so tired for so many years. So many people talking so much. I know. Excuse my language, but that's what it's been. And I'm so glad to see Carr take command with Coach Gruden at hand. With them calling the plays like that, man, it was masterful from the first quarter till about midway second quarter. I think they kind of bogged out. It would be nice to see if Carr could repeat that first and a half quarter throughout the whole game and remain consistent. But I'll tell you what, boys, nice to see Jacobs running like that. Dang, he runs downhill, doesn't he? I'm saying he takes people out. They don't take him out. He takes people out. And the same with Abram. It's Abram, not Abrams, right? Man, that boy's something else. He's so bad that he even took out Conley. And my thoughts and prayers, right, are with Conley. I hope he's doing okay, man. But in that being said, I liked how Homie stepped up in his place, right? I like to see a long, lengthy cornerback out there. So I know they were trying to target him and stuff like that, Mullen. But I like how he stepped up as a youngster. Gosh darn it, it was nice to see that defense.
Come on.
Hey, knock on wood if you feel me, right? goodness gracious, I love it, man. We've been the worst defense in a long time, and I tell you what, we're turning it around. This is a new commitment to excellence, man. And I love it. And I love every step of it. So let's go. I've been there every single step of it, just like you guys. So I feel you guys. They've been talking for, a long time. They've been talking that stuff now. So I love it. Being part of that new regime, boys. Love your show. You guys are awesome. I feel like we're all part of the same team. And through the off season, it's been nice. You know, you guys kept me alive with that Raider Nation spirit and passion. All right. Sure Raiders signing out. Have a great one, guys. Go Raiders!
Nice job,
Good call, man.
Yeah, great call, man. Appreciate the kind words, man, and thank you for listening. We always appreciate new callers to the show, and always like to feature those. So keep all those calls coming. Don't be discouraged by our kind of our new format going forward. But already tonight we're at 2 hours and 24 minutes, so we've got to try to keep this thing whittled down a little bit. We're going to do that by just kind of. I don't know.
We had to go long, man, to celebrate the first victory.
That's it.
How could we not?
It's Victory Wednesday, right?
You know, when we win the Super Bowl, it's going to be a 9-hour show.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm calling in sick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. All right, so great job tonight. So, Mosh, we award a Sizzler every week. The hottest call, the hottest email.
So
what do you got?
What a group. RBK started off with his rant about AB and then, you know, talked about being a made man. Mojo nailed the whole thing on AB, you know, about his mentality and the unstableness, and he's possibly is disturbed. And of course, Jack in PA, I needed to talk him off the ledge. I hope it worked, Jack.
Yeah.
Coach Davis got his made man status. Talked about his family, how the whole group is there. They're all one. And I loved his line. I love what Coach Davis said. Do you choose to be with a team that's at the end of their dynasty because you're afraid to be with the team that's starting a new one? That was so strong. Chuck Town Raider, congrats to Das. You know, Historian Raider, the sound bite, Sandy Hendricks, and your song, let me ride that donkey, let me ride that donkey. Oh, man. I was having flashbacks. I almost danced. Alex in Tucson. I love it.
Shook your jelly on request there.
Oh, I could have done it again. Alex in Tucson. Yeah, I love how he was talking about the morning after and he brought up how winning heals all. Ain't it the truth?
Yeah,
ain't it
sure
the truth?
does.
Greg in Tennessee, Made Man Greg, who we'll catch on the next one.
We'll get you, Greg.
Of course, gave us a fantasy update. And Big Raider Trucker, hungover, hauling ass down Highway 5, still a little bit drunk. Eye patch never saw Google coming because he wears an eye patch. And Sir Raider,
that one good eye.
out of his one good eye. Sir Raider, kudos to Carr and Jacobs and the rest of the team. Man, it was a heck of a night. But it's goes without a doubt. The Sizzler Award goes to, ready? Dead Sea Scrolls Steve, Historian Steve, Houston Steve, Sizzler. The man of many names.
Sizzler.
Great job.
Sizzler.
Oh, my gosh. You guys crack me up tonight, man. We've had so much dang fun in here. And Mosh, look, we don't do self-sizzlers, but, you know, your Autumn Storm on the Chiefs, because the guys have and gals have called it out in the chat tonight. It's the Autumn Storm, and I'm gonna pull that out and separate. I've already said that. That was top notch.
Thank you,
Mosh. That was amazing. That was amazing. All right, so thank you for sticking with us through this marathon episode.
Wait!
I got Rogues Gallery. You got
why you got to do
that? We are Metallica, and we are here for your Oakland Raiders.
You know why we out here, and we ain't playing around today.
From The Walking Dead to errant Jedi Knights, Raiders fans are a rogues gallery.
So, here it comes. So why do we play that? Why do we play that?
The Rogues Gallery?
Yeah, why do we play that? You know why we play that?
Because Batman is famous for his Rogues Gallery?
Absolutely.
And that's the Joker?
And that's the Joker, and it's a salute to our fans.
Absolutely.
You guys took the time to call into our show, make our show. So, hey, that's our salute to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us on this marathon episode of Raiders Fan Radio, episode number 141, live from Murph's Fan Cave. Please support our show by doing a handful of things. By subscribing to us. You can subscribe to us anywhere podcasts are found at murphsfancave.com. You can find us on the YouTubes at youtube.com/murphsfancave. And please help us out by buying a shirt. And by helping us out, you help the Bolitnikoff Foundation. Buy that Get Made shirt at RaidersFanRadio.com/t-shirts. And also hit the link, the RaidersFanRadio.com/gear link. I'd like to thank both the guys for joining me in the booth tonight, the three-man booth. Thank you, Swag Jeff. You rock.
Yeah, you
Great
do.
job tonight. Thank you, Uncle Mosh. Epicness tonight. You're the best. And let's get out of here.
All right, so we appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Thanks for listening. It's been a blast. What a way to celebrate our first victory and the last Monday night game at the Oakland Coliseum. So for Murph and Swaggo, Southwest Swaggo, my little buddy, this is your old Uncle Mosh, and you've been listening to Raiders Fan Radio, where we take a lighter side journey into the dark side. Never forget, ladies and gentlemen, we hate the Chiefs.
Yeah, we do.
What happens in Vegas started in Oakland. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
God bless.
Good job, guys. Good job. Good night, chat room.
F him and the balloon he rode in on. That
was pretty funny.
That was right
awesome.
on time.
Hey, Swaggo, say goodnight to Raider Nation.
Good night, Raider Nation. Love you guys.
Next week, can't wait for the rap video. We better get busy, Swaggo.
Oh, I know, right? I know it's not much, but it's the best Swag can do. On behalf of Raider Nation, ABFU.